Hey folks, we are live. It's Sunday morning. I'm a half hour late. Oh, I didn't bring my theme song in. I was starting to wonder if there was no show today. Oh, there's a show. Hang on, let me kill the camera. Oh, there she goes. Anyway, oh, and if we get a chance for a coffee, that would be critical for a successful show. So yeah, I got up really early today. Like I was up at we had thunder and lightning out here, and so I got up early like 2:30 or something. And so I did genealogy. Like there's always something to do with genealogy. So I did that.
You got scared. You came in and woke me
Well,
up.
I thought, is somebody out there? Because I thought somebody was on the deck because we live in a tin shed called a mobile home. I know why we're the first to go in when there's hurricanes, that sort of thing. They always seem to target mobile home parks. Have you heard about this? David Donnelly, today's episode, you're going to love today's episode. It's all about Wet Leg, the band out from the Isle of Wight, with a really cute kind of brunette, but she colors her hair all sorts of stuff because she has fun being a girl. Miam love. Miam love you so dearly. Miam love. And so I've been listening to this Wet Leg band. David Donnelly, of course, a big fan. And so I've got to get their album, the one with the two girls crouched down and stuff. The main girl, from what I understand, is Rianne, and she was born in 1993 in Formby, which is like north of Liverpool. It's like northwest of Liverpool. Anyway, it's like St. Helens, those suburbs around Liverpool, get the big center. Anyway, I've been listening to a lot of Mange 2, the song Mange 2. They got another one called CPR and something else to do with Fist. Isn't it Mazzy's birthday today? I don't know. I know it's in August.
August 20th.
I don't always have it written down.
I think it's the 20th of August.
It's the 20th, okay?
Okay.
We don't like to, as you reach a certain age, we don't like to talk about Massey's birthday, just by virtue of how elderly. Hey, Crispy Treat, you want to come up here and say hello to me? It's Crispy Treat. I love Crispy. Hey, Ramoga, how you doing? We haven't talked to Crispy for a while. She's a real girl. But come on, camera. Come on, camera. Don't be in an avatar. We can get your real girl mode talking. It's good for the public. They love girls. And we're talking Wet Lake today. So it's going to be a lot of girl talk, a lot of excitement about Rianne. Now, one of the big stories, David Donnelly loves to tell the story about Rianne's lesbianism. Now, I know we have a large lesbian following here on the Rachel's Ghost Show, and it's true. We pride ourselves in our huge following from the LGBTQ plus community. And of course, a percentile of that is going to be active lesbians, which is better than an inactive lesbian. You want to have active is the operative word. Okay, really? I thought Massey's day was the 23rd. I could have sworn. I remembered him sharing a birthday with Keith Moon. Well, then you're going to be. I'll get the birthday song ready. It's his actual birthday. Wow. And they're all down at VinylCon celebrating Massey's birthday. There's so much going on. Who can keep up with it all? Truly, I cannot. So Beetle Babe, not to Beetle Babe. Sue, never bet against Beetle Babe when it comes to dates, anniversaries, anything like that.
You know who's August 20th is my mom or something.
Mom is August. Sue doesn't even know if it's her mom's birthday, her late beloved mother. Hey, Frank, good morning. Welcome, everybody. So anyway, I've been listening like almost on the chain, when you're playing it over and over, and I'm just playing this frickin' Mange 2 song from Wet Leg. So I'm really into this. Their second album, I think, was called, what was it called? Moisture Ecstasy? Moisturizer. And so the main girl, Rianne, she's out front and stuff. And I like her because she sings in like a Betty Boop kind of voice. She got, like you, Betty, like that. I like it. But then she's got her little pal that doesn't sing as much. She plays guitar. She's very good. Well, I wouldn't say she's very good. She's a good, decent guitar player. Autism Brain, comes in handy for something. So autism, you're called an autist. Autism has many great uses. Cheers from the Playhouse. Uncle Paul's with us. If you're a Beetle people, collector, you're interested in memorabilia, you like old timey stuff. Remember those classic Warner Brothers, Hanna-Barbera cartoons? Paul's got the line on all of it. All of it. He's very funny, very talented guy. If you love the late Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, this is your man, Uncle Paul. I love him. I keep trying to get him up on here with me, but he's got a producers just mentioned that I should have a microphone in front of me. Like it's so bro like that. We got a beautiful bouquet effect in the background. Anyway, that's your best Betty Boop. Listen, Eric. Listen, Plastic Soundwave Cult. That's your real name. There are some that doubt. Also, we just had the great privilege and joy of connecting with Danny After Dark fame. She comes from Massachusetts, a great state of Massachusetts. I got ancestry there in Massachusetts, all the way from Salem, where the witch trials and all that. Yeah, my people are all behind that. And in fact, my 8th great grandfather got kidnapped as a kid and sold to the French Canadians. So then he got absorbed into French Canadian culture and really lost his British identity over there. The interesting thing about that story is his brother or sister, I can't quite remember right now, was Stevie Nicks' 8th great grandfather, granted. So Stevie Nicks is like my 9th cousin. We're 9 times cousins, which is wild, but it's true. I need my coffee. Anyway, yeah, Wet Leg's the story right now. It took me a while to really groove. I made the comment a while back that I thought, well, maybe, are they a little designed or, the industry plants, you hear about that. But no, I think they're the real deal. And, they've been out for a while now, like 2019. They had their first thing when they had Shays Lounge, that song. And I remember watching that video and I liked it. There was something quite addictive about it. It was just because it was do. They've got a TikTok-y kind of vibe, right? It just goes bop-a-da-boop, bop-a-da-bop. Make Questel, the voice of Betty Boop, make Questel. I pledge allegiance to the flag of grace, the blessing, say the blessing, Christmas Vacation. She plays Aunt Nora or whatever it is that comes in at Christmas. Meg, say the blessing, they had the old guy. Remember, he was in Mouse Hunt with Nathan Lane. Mouse Hunt, if you might recall that, an early Nathan Lane vehicle. Okay, Jens is here. Let's talk about it. Wet Leg, what is this? Torture, Oak and Shield, they what? Whoa. What's the matter? Don't you like hot chicks? Now, listen, this whole thing about her being a lesbian is a little overstated. She calls herself, I think she's a queer. She calls herself gender queer. Have you heard about this one? Anyway, gender queer. There's many flavors, many colors, tangents on the rainbow.
Just do whatever you want to do.
I don't know, man.
No self-control.
Yeah. All I got to tell you is that she's great. She's a lesbian currently living her life. I have chosen not to live my life as an active lesbian. She's living her life as a lesbian right now. That's all I can tell you. She had a boyfriend. This is where a lot of lesbianism starts. She had a boyfriend. Anyway, welcome to Sunday. Here we all are gathered together. Wet Leg are the real deal. They're a great band. People with really lame music taste seem to dislike them. It ain't no biggie. Wow, Joel, you're all in on the Wet Leg. Anyway, her boyfriend was the former drummer, and apparently the song Mange Tout, which I had to be informed is a British and English, David Donnelly would know all about this, It's like about it's sweet pea. It's a snow pea, where you can eat the what do you call that? The basket that a pea is on the pod. The pod. You can eat the pea and you can eat the pod. And if you can do that, then you can mange. You can mange too. You can eat everything. Eat, manger too. Where's Stanty when you need him? Genderqueer is gender identity, not sexuality. No, it's gender bendy, like boy. Well, she's getting it on with another female. Okay, an XX chromosome human has found another XX chromosome human to romp around with. Right? Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Anyway, it's great to see everybody. Holy crap. I played chess yesterday. I had a horrible chess day. It wasn't great. Lost all 3 games I played. It happens. One of them clearly won. In fact, I didn't really I just dropped a couple of pieces in one of them, 2 of them. And the one was a draw. It was like 75 move draw. And I just said, well, something's got to happen here. Let's just do it, for fun. So I traded a piece a knight for like 3 pawns. Didn't work out. Very close though, but close only counts in horseshoes. In chess, close can mean total decimation, which is what it amounted to. But actually, I say it was a bad day, but really, no, I played pretty good and everything. Losing is learning. Absolutely. If you do it right, you got to learn from your success. So I tell Scoozy all the time. You're so right about that, Scott. Close position. It could have been. I could have had a draw if I wanted it. It's a casual game. There was nothing riding on it, except ego. Oh my God! I need that coffee. James Farley in the house. Hi, Rachel and Sue. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a Patreon show that we do. We got Sue's more active again in it. She's coming out of her shell. She says, I need to be in front of the camera. I realize I'm born to be a star. I told you, Susie. So she says, yeah, I'll be on I'll come on the Patreon. We do it once every couple of weeks. We hang out and we ask the humble fee of $5 if you want to join us. It helps support the efforts of the channel. Buying up a lot of chess books right now. I'm going to have a small, well-curated collection. Right now, I'm buying Gary Kasparov's My Great Predecessors series, 5 books. They're $65 a pop. So they aren't cheap. $65, $70. Okay, hold on. Eric Schultz is here. Good morning, Rachel. Be careful not to spill your coffee. You will get a wet leg. Yes. Yes, you will. Anyway, I've been listening to the song Mange 2 a lot. And I like CPR. Give me CPR. I'm in love. She go, I'm in love. Give me CPR. So good. And they're all boppy little songs. They just bop and a bop and a bop. And I like the girl's voice. I like Rianne's voice. Now, Rianne, for her part, she's 1993. She shows up. She's not really a kid, right? Somebody born is hard to somebody of my vintage, Massey's vintage, 1993. That's yesterday. But so if you're counting, she's like 33 years young and born in 1993, but she's just a looker. She is a good looking gal. And I think that's the real appeal to the band. Rianne, I think, is the selling point. She's very charismatic. What do we got going, baby? Oh, that's from John. We have a record. If what's his name? Plastic Soundwave Cult shows up, I'll bring it up. If Michael Soundwave Plastic or not Plastic Soundwave, Michael Poetry on Plastic. If he shows up, I'll bring the record up and talk about it. It's John's record, Junior's.
John Jr.
Our son.
He gave that to you?
Well, I'm just babysitting it for him because he doesn't have a record player. So if and when he decides to show up, he'll have a record here. Here's a Patreon, $5. Think about it. It'd be great. We'd warmly welcome it. Even if it's a one-time thing, just throw it in. Go, here you go. That's for you being here so dedicatedly, even if you're a half hour late and doing the thing. Yeah, mage too means eat it all. And I shove the whole thing in your gob. That's right. I had to look that whole trope up. Does somebody piss their pants? No, Bobby, we're talking hot lesbians, okay? Gender queers. Apparently it's an identity. Well, okay, Jen, what's the difference between if she's like, what if she calls herself queer? What's the difference between being gender queer or queer and then being an active lesbian? Let me know in the comments below. And or bi, because I mean, if she was with her old boyfriend, who I'm going to guess was Trevor, because when I met Trevor, when the trouble came when you met Trevor. It's kind of a line in Match 2. Everybody thinks the song. The Wet Leggers. See, there's Beatlemaniacs in this world. There's Wet Leggers. What am I? A piece of cheese? What am I to you? Am I a cheese Jew? Limburger? Holy smoke! I never heard of it before. Well, listen, Bobby. Chris, how you doing, buddy? Is it really a Sunday without Rachel's ghost? No, happy weekend. Happy. Yeah. So gender queer, Scott's helping out. Scott Hollywood, this guy knows he's Hollywood. He's seen a lesbian or two in his time. You can't avoid it without seeing a couple in Hollywood. The difference is a choice of words. So what was the movie we saw with the three funny makeup artists and they were gay as hell. It was funny as hell too. And it was who'd they have? Oh,
It's about the mime that
the mime. Yeah.
He was the homeless guy.
Yeah, homeless. Because he's such a thing. Okay, I guess I could can you ask the AI on that? Do you have an AI accessible?
Yeah.
Just do that for me. I'm going to play the clip just for Scott Wheeler's enjoyment. I want Scott to react. We're looking for a reaction. You can be straight and be a gender queer. Okay, listen, don't get cocky because I don't understand any of this. Okay, it's very confusing. Now, is versus a lesbian or bi or whichever, or is who she's sleeping with? Yeah, well, listen, Jen, I'm just reporting on what she says. Rianne says she's queer or something. Okay, I don't know what to do with it. That's what she's saying. Listen, you're not going to find this kind of crap chat on other live streams. Tune in. Exactly. We go in the music. We dive deep into music, the personalities, the celebrities, everything that makes up music that you love, you as consumers love. We discuss it here, but we deep dive it. Okay, we deep dive. We're deep diving Wet Leg today. So the band formed around 2018, 2019, and Rianne and the guitar gal, they were friends for a long time. Guitar gal, she don't even like to be seen. She frequently turns her back on the audience to play her lead. I've seen her lead. I can see why she may want to turn her back on the audience. Nah, she's not that bad. I mean, she's not, Jimi Hendrix. I think I could probably play lead for Wet Leg. I think I got enough guitar chops to do it. I don't know. They weren't looking for a tall trans drink of water to add to the complexity of the band's makeup. I got a couple of bearded guys. They're even younger. The guitar player, the bass player, they're like 1994. They're born like 1994. And I think the new drummer's born like 1997 or something. Kids. Mm-hmm. I love this comment. He speaks for so many of us. I finally reached an age where my sexuality just makes me tired. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I got to tell you, though, the word I used to describe young Rianne, the lead singer, now from Formby. So she's born in Liverpidlian neighborhood. So she'd be a Scouser type accent, Well, it's me new record, I got me record. And she'd be doing that. But now when she's 8, she moved to the Isle of Wight. So it's all different. Okay, here you go. Dr. Oz in the house. Oz knows. I saw Wet Leg at Alexandra Palace last month. They are a wonderful live band, and a mesmerized. Isn't she good? Isn't she good? I like when she goes, now, you did good. This is a song match too. Okay. Lyrical content break for you all. Here we go. Lyrical content. You did good. You got an A, a gold star. You think you're clever. And she goes like this. You think you're clever. And then your big mistake was meeting Trevor. Anyway, I play it on loop. I just loop it over and over because it's just got the beat. It's got a good beat, Dick, and I can dance to it. You old people know what I mean by that. Philadelphia, PA. Dick Clark's American Bandstand. Okay, let's see. My new next door neighbors have moved in. What a neighborhood. They moved in on Wednesday. There are two ladies that prefer velvet TARDIS to anything fellas have to offer. One's called Boo. I think the other lady is Lily. They're cool. Lesbians can be cool. Okay. The operative word being can. Because there's different types. I like what's called, Jen, if you're with me on this, I like what's called them lipstick lesbians because the other type can scare me. They're big, they're robust, they're tumblers, they can beat you up. Very physical. Don't stop it, put that down. They can be very tough. I saw a bit of that. Apparently, it's based on Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, the Australian film with Terence Stamp, and that is a superior film. It's an art film. The Tu Wong Fu with Julie Newmar. The only good thing about Tu Wong Fu with Julie Newmar is Julie Newmar. Julie Newmar, what a legend. But anyway, yeah, they did it. John Leguizamo and Wesley Snipes and the poor guy, the dancer boy. He was so good. Anyway, he's gone. He was the bouncer in Roadhouse. That guy. I want to say Patrick Duffy, but it's not him. Tell me who it was. He's passed away. I love him. Patrick Swayze. Thank you. That's right. The other ones scare me. The big bruiser type ones. Anyway, so this is so great that David Donnelly is David. You've got brand new neighbors, excitable. I hope they're excitable type ones. That's the other variable you're looking for. You want lesbians with personality, a little spark, a little spite, not too much, just right. Baby bear bad stuff. Patrick Swayze is who you're thinking of, Rach. Thank you. Precite you, David. And here's a link to AV Room Chris. Chris, I don't know what it was, but there was some conflict with Wyatt, our buddy Wyatt over in Hawaii, but it all got smoothed out. And those guys are best of buddies now. Watch both of those programs. They're both great talents, young people with talent. Oh my God. We love young people and we love young people with talent. Okay, I love this. This is the kind of thing we go for on the program. I toured with the three. I'll tell you my lesbian story. I've told it a few times.
No, please don't.
I've got more than one lesbian story. Hold on. Go ahead, producer.
I said, please don't.
You don't want to hear the lesbians?
I don't want to hear it for the 100th time.
Okay. I toured with a 3-piece lesbian band for a few years. I dated the lead singer. Those were different times. And all the ladies, they just rolled their eyes. Those were different times. And a lot of fun. The band was Broadzilla. Whoa, no, there goes Tokyo. Whoa, go Broadzilla. Whoa. Okay, Mitch goes, they generally do have personality in my experience. That's the beauty. That's the magic right there. That's what you want. Attaboy, Mitch.
Steven, the buck stops.
Whoa, Steven? Steven's here?
Yeah, tell him to come up.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not feeling it. I love Steven. Steven prefers off camera. I think it's better, because God, anything could happen. Anyway, Stefan, we love you. It's good to see Stefan from South Africa. What the hell's happening in South Africa? Last I looked in on it, things were a mess. Things are absolutely a mess. How bad is the story if Sue doesn't want to hear? That's what I mean. It's a pretty intense story. It's got a lot of intensity. Speaking of intense, some beautiful moments. The last day of grade 10 or 10th grade, as Rob likes to inform me, in America, you don't go grade 10, you always do 10th grade. That's how they do it down south. America. Anyway, yeah. And so on the very last day of school, this would have been 10th grade, there was this absolutely beautiful young woman, absolutely gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous. We called her Blackie. Long flowing brunette. And she was dressed to hill. She had fishnet stockings on, no doubt, no kid. Fishnet stockings, and she had like this skin tight purple dress. and pumps. She was wearing high heeled shoes, and she looked like she was going to the disco or something, cabaret. She going dancing. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it was, whether the stars set in line, they weren't out yet. It would have been about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And she meets me up by the ball diamond at the back of the field there. And she goes, hey, what are you? And I started kissing her and everything. Now keep in mind, I'm 16. I don't have a car. I live with mom and dad. What do you do with a beautiful female? Biologically accommodating is the term Sue likes to say. I sometimes, I think that's a bit much, but Sue likes to say that. And so with that, biologically accommodating, and I went, my God, I've got to make my move. So I kissed her and grabbed her. What do you do?
I get telling Danny and Paul Cass
Yeah,
story.
I had to tell him
really loud, and
yeah,
said maybe she was ovulating.
Yeah,
in the restaurant.
I had a theory about this. I believe the dear thing was ovulating, and she was in a very heavy ovulation period. And so what happened was she ended up, nothing went with the relationship. It was just a magical moment and it was the grad. It was the last day of school. And you're like, whoa, summer break is coming. And what a start to the summer, my 16 years old summer. Okay, this is that. Well, I'm telling my buddy Rick about this story because we're talking about old people we know at school and stuff. He's an old veteran pal of mine, right? Vet. We call it Vet. Hey, Vet. We've been through so much. Good guy. And he goes, Denise? He goes, Denise Knight? I go, yeah. So he pulls out a picture. Wait a second. He goes through his phone, flip. And he's in a dart league. And there's this older, very attractive, very lithe female. And he goes, could this be her? I go, it could very well be her. Because I don't know, really. But she was good looking. I go, I think it's her. Let her know. And, and tell her I became a transgender because of her. Tell her that. See, just to see what kind of reaction for fun. No, I didn't tell her that. I tell them to do that. People are staring at our table as usual. It does happen. It's been known to happen. Rich is all the way in from Battersea. What do they call that? Wanderlust, Wandsworth, blind out Wandsworth. Help me to be free. Anyway, Battersea out there, the west part of London, South London, Wandsworth, England, London. Where the pig flies over by Battersea Station, where Her Majesty in her day would charge up for her to get the hairdryer going. Anyway, it's great seeing. Yeah, I'm in Wandsworth. That's right. Attaboy. Marilyn Rose is with us. Hi, Marilyn. Marilyn, one of our favorites. We got a large, dedicated female following here, and we're talking. Yeah. We called her Blackie. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Paul. So nice seeing you. Clay was there. What a nice guy Clay is. And of course, the wonderful Danny After Dark. Holy smokes, she's lovely. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We always have a laugh when we get together, and we genuinely, there's a lot of affection there. We get along. True crime community. So if you like true crime, definitely subscribe to Danny After Dark. She hangs out around with Beckham, Mr. Beckham. He's so good. I like that guy a lot. So good. So anyway, yeah. So other than Beatles Rubber sold the box set. And by the way, Sue cannot wait to get that box set. She goes, Rachel, we've only got 8 Rubber Souls. And we need to get that big box set in to up our account. Shh, don't worry, please.
Any money for you.
Oh, okay. Here's the deal. She's worried about money. She's worried about me. We're elderly. We're retired. We just got the house painted. It looks great. Oh, our little home looks so nice, everybody. We got professional painters to come by and paint our house, and it looks so lovely. But I'm very actively collecting chess books right now. I've got a beautifully well-curated little collection. Just the best. I just went out on the net and started inquiring and researching what's the best books. And one of them, a series, is this Gary Kasparov. Now, Gary and I politically, we're on opposite sides politically. We disagree. But I got to respect him as a chess player. He's so good. One of the greatest ever. Some say maybe even the best ever. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. I'm interested in everyone's thoughts on the not yet announced Monday. It's going to be announced Jethro Tull or Yes Record Hall of Fame box set, RHF. What's the RHF? I always forget the nicknames on stuff, the acronyms. Me, I'm good. Well, I love Yes. I've got Yes's catalog. I got, everything I want from Yes. The classic lineups that went up, from 1970, 71, all the way up to 1969, actually, I guess. 1969 up to 1987. I've got everything and a couple after. I got Live at Sasonga, something like that it's called. I'm glad that Sue is taking care of the house, Rachel. She as we are together. We're both doing it. I helped. I was out there. I did my bit. I painted. I spray bombed the stoops. We got stoops. Scott Wheeler with inside information. I already been told it ain't going to be Yes. So what is the RHF? Teach me the acronym. What record?
Record store day. No,
RSD. That's RSD. That's not RHF. So I don't. I think the upcoming 8-hour Me and Mr. Mayo, Danny live stream, they're going to be going for 8 hours. What's the topic? I'm so curious. It's exciting. I'm a big fan of Joe Mayo. I love that guy. He's one of the best. My favorite Beatle channel. Rhino Hi-Fi, Rach. Rhino. I got to tell you, kids, these record makers, the New Brigade, they go out there and there's so much hype on all these remixes and remasters. It's like it's never been heard before. It's so good. And none of it's true. Just get yourself an OG. Listen to Tim, who's also down at the VinylCon, University of Vinyl. This is an incredible channel. If you love records, you're collecting, you want to know about music, go down and talk to that guy. Because University of Vinyl, he's a guy that goes, grab this audiophile level recording, first press, of like the Police, the Cars, Chicago, it could be anything, and throw that on your platter, spin it, roll it, and it'll be great. Okay. I just got another cast.net thingy. Sounds great, Jethro Tull, but I'd say complete stuff only. You know what I want to get? Too Old to Rock, Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. That one. I want that album. I want it in the, I'm collecting the Jethro Tull cassette, the CDs, cassettes, the CDs. I've got a whole batch of them. I got like, I don't 12, 14 of these things. But I need Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. I need that. Help me get it. Going to VinylCon in about an hour. Scott, I love that. Tell the kids I love them. I'm looking forward to wish I could have been there. It's so great. Joey Kelly, rock legend, is down there with the boys. So it's all happening. Fluffy Fluffy was seen in their presence. I don't think there's a set topic. He just hit 1,000 subscribers. That's huge numbers on his other channels. So he's doing an 8-hour stream with Danny. Guests are welcome. You should pop in and say hello. Well, if I'm around for those 8 hours, maybe I will. Hey, Rach, are you going to miss Muscle Beach Rob, the Wax, and Sidekick Massey today, as they're both at VinylCon? Yes, they will be missed, but loved. Good morning, Rachel Scozy. Cesar, were you down at VinylCon? I know John Marino was there. I spotted John Marino. Cesar, did you meet the boys and the girl? Because there was beautiful Delphina, and my God, is that lady beautiful. Good morning, Rachel Scusi. Happy birthday to Massey Day. I got to hang out with him yesterday and the whole VC gang. Yeah. And PB Tull was down there looking great. Scott Walker told me all day yesterday, I'm so sorry. Happy birthday, birthday boy. Norman Maslow. Let's put a link out for him. Let's see if we get him. He's down there at what's called the VinylCon. Yes, and love. Are you okay, love me? I'm love you. You're all sweet and cute, and you're just a girl. You're great. And we're glad you're here early in the morning with us, early at our time. And look, it's our friend Simon from England. Simon, I'm all about the wet leg. They come, like, they're near Hampshire, where you is, down in Suffolk, bleeding Suffolk, Sussex, Wessex, Suffolk. Anyway, they're down there. Fluffy, you were so cute, but how come you didn't get to sit by Delphina? Because she's so pretty and great. She's a real girl, which is intimidating because she's so cute and pretty and fun. I noticed that PB Tull got to sit next to Delphina. I take note of these sitting arrangements whenever there's a get-together vital community. Anyway, Rach, it's been a lot of fun this weekend. Well, Fluffy, that's because you're with your vinyl pals. They're vinyl pals. Okay. There's so much love here. Yvonne, there's love every day on the Rachel's Ghost TV show. Whenever there's a Rachel's Ghost, we bring in the love. That's what it's all about. Speaking of love, new album's out. All My Yesterdays Were Trouble. This is the latest album from Project Gemini. The title of the album, All My Yesterdays Were Nothing But Trouble. And it's a reflective, introspective art piece that's beautifully produced, beautifully sung. Rachel, do you have both Wet Leg albums? Okay, full disclosure. Real link, not the money link. Oh, sorry, I gave you the money link. Show me the money. I know, I got it now. I was just, please, for the love of God, these chest puts do not by themselves. New link, Rach. Okay, we got a new one. Let's see if we can get Norman up. Anyway, everything's really great. I'm loving the pictures, and they're perfect. It's kind of like Massey and his posse every picture, like Massey up front, and he knows how to work it. Hey, Rach, can you give me mod 2, the blue? Yeah, give her a wrench, Sue. Give her a moderate. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the heart of San Francisco lives in Los Angeles. Here he is. How you doing, birthday boy? Happy
Good.
21. Don't overdo it. Have no more than 2 beer.
Yeah, I'm only here for a couple minutes. I'm with my friends I'm staying with in the guest room, and there's
All right.
Rob. And I'm meeting
All
them.
right.
I'm not going to go early. I'm meeting them in a couple hours at the VinylCon.
Okay. Was there any awkward sexuality moments with you guys rubbing each other? Anything weird like that happen?
Yeah. Patrick's been pretty crazy to me. He's kind of,
Yes, Patrick, PB Tull.
He's doing googly
Rob,
eyes.
you're
I
hosting
think
this.
Patrick's going through the change, Rachel. Can you help him with that?
Holy smokes! What the hell's going on with Patrick? I've seen the pictures.
And Scott Walker stalked us all day. Scott
Hold on.
Yeah,
Scott Wheeler.
Now listen, Scott's a
Scott Wheeler
Hollywood
was
guy.
fine.
You got an insider. He's a Hollywood insider like Waxed, okay? These two guys, when they get together, it's going to be like watching gerbils. When they talk, have you ever seen science documentaries? You put gerbils together, magic happens. That's going to happen with Rob and Scott Wheeler.
But Scott Wheeler was doing doing that stick, Mazzy, we like the same kind of music. Mazzy,
Yeah,
we like the same,
yeah,
like
yeah,
trying to kiss butt, kiss ass and
yeah.
stuff.
Well,
Why are
you're
you
kind of a big
bashing?
deal right
Why
now.
are you bashing Scott? He was fine.
He was
Okay,
great. No, I'm
okay.
kidding. I'm
Look,
kidding.
now, Massey, you've obviously talked a lot. You've got your early morning I talked a lot voice on today.
Talked what?
Well, you talked a lot, so you've got early morning kind of like,
Yeah, I have that
you
every
know.
morning. I have
No,
that morning voice.
yeah, but hold on, Mass. Chicks dig us. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, chicks dig that.
Okay.
Okay, can you say, "Hey, baby, I'll get you your coffee now"?
Hey, baby, I'll get you your coffee now.
You see, like, holy, I think I just dropped one of my
You know,
You
few
know,
Rachel, if
remaining
I
eggs.
had a nickel, if I
my
had a nickel for every time
Yeah.
Mazzy today said, "Hey, baby, I'll get you your coffee now."
well, actually,
Listen,
I
okay,
just got the people I'm staying with who I've known for years
yeah.
actually just gifted me 2 pounds of Grafeo, whole beans, Grafeo
Wow,
coffee.
Yeah, but Rachel was
that is
already
friendship.
used.
Okay, kissing ass. This is Hollywood. Rob knows about this. Kissing ass in Hollywood, you have to do it. Is like, hey, you
Absolutely.
beauty, you're beautiful. You got to schmooze. Like Marty Short, right? The great Canadian talent, Marty Short. He comes down to Hollywood. He learned how to schmooze like nobody's business. He could ingratiate. The term's ingratiate, and he could ingratiate like nobody's business.
Yeah, Scott, I got in Scott Wheeler's car. He gave me a ride to this place we
Yeah.
had. I got a short ride, and I had to sit on a Ferengi mask.
Okay, who had the Ferengi mask?
Scott Wheeler.
Did he have it in
Rachel,
his
you
car?
can see, hold on. You can
Yeah,
see what
go
I
ahead,
had to
Rob.
deal with all day yesterday. This what came out of his mouth.
Well, it's Hollywood. Kids get excited when they get in Hollywood, Rob. They know the story. You're so accustomed to it. It's like you've got your sneakers, you go out, you know what's happening down at the boardwalk. Nothing's going to take you by surprise, and you don't get distracted by looking at the Hollywood stars and meeting new friends. You are known as a survivor in Hollywood, Rob. You're a survivor. And because of that, some of the ingenues like Massey, they're going to get in over their heads in Hollywood. So they are actually quite fortunate to have guys like you and Wheeler around to show them the ropes so they don't get over. Like if
Hey,
you're down there,
Rachel,
hold on,
Rachel,
and you happen to see, like I'm just going to Wally Cox. Like that's not going to throw you. But Massey goes, that's Wally Cox. Like you're seeing a huge star. Oh, there's Bert Convy. Look, I'm sure that was Bert Convy going in to that restaurant. Let's sneak in behind him and see if he'll talk to us. Stuff like that, Rob. You won't fall for that because you're an old hand at this Hollywood game.
question: what's going on with that mic? Is that your heart monitor? What's up with that?
What? Okay, what's going on, man?
There's like a flashing light on it.
Well, it's part of the showbiz. You of all people should know
So,
that.
Rachel, I have a
Yeah.
video dropping at 9 a.m. of yesterday's day, and
Okay.
it ends up with Rob telling a fantastic Hollywood story. That's the very end.
Oh,
Stay to the end. Watch it. It's only 15 minutes.
yeah.
Watch it completely to the end so you can hear
Yeah.
Rob's Hollywood story.
Okay,
And
I love
Hey,
that.
Scott Wheeler.
Rachel,
Scott
it
Wheeler makes
involves
an
fisting.
appearance.
It involves fisting.
It's one of them crazy Hollywood stories. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm in LA. I work for the film industry for a living, but I told my wife if I saw Rob or Mazzy this weekend, I'd be 100%. Jim, get down and go see the guys. Everybody, it's open for all vinyl community members in good standing.
I'm only going to be there from about 10 or so till 1 today. So I'm not going to be there.
Rachel,
Uh-oh.
Rachel, I have a good story.
Okay, I want to hear it.
I don't know what the rate is of us being recognized. I know PB Thal is probably at 0.
He's still lagging with that, right? That's so sad. We were talking about that.
We had a table that Jim got for us, and I bought a box of just records for $1.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, someone came out and bought 40 of them. I just put it to have records on the table.
Are you kidding me?
He had good stuff, and he got rid of a lot. But I was sitting at the table, manning the table, and a guy comes up and he goes, "I just have to tell you, I'm a huge fan."
Oh, Rob.
So
You say
Rob,
huge-
I
you say
love
hu-
that. Did Massey get anything anywhere near that?
no, not the type of gushing.
Okay, Massey, is
But
that the kind of
hold
thing-
on.
Oh, sorry.
said-
I wasn't sitting at the table. I wasn't sitting at the table.
Okay, have
Well,
another
you were
coffee.
walking
This is
around.
good
People
stuff.
come up to you.
I got people
Bless
came up
you.
to me there.
So hold on. So the guy goes, when I go to his name, is his name Rob? I'm sorry if it's the morning. I'm forgetting.
Yeah, it's so,
But he
so
says-
tired.
I put your show on when I go to sleep.
I love that kind of comment. I love that. Okay, so which of the kids has been the biggest record buyer? That's one of the questions everybody's wanted to know.
I think over the course of the last 3 or 4 days, Pete beats out by far. But
Really, by far,
yesterday-
you're saying
yesterday I counted 37 records I bought.
37 records. Now, are these for your own personal curated, well curated collection, or some of these going to end up
I'd
being
say-
auctioneers?
I'd say about 15 of them I'll probably keep.
Wow.
But I found really good stuff. There's a guy I bought from last year. All the people I bought from last year, I found some good stuff to put in the next
Holy.
episode.
So, okay, guys. Now, so this is Final Con. A lot of kids are excited about it. I got to tell you, you guys got, and this, I can't tell you how excited I was. The beautiful Delphina was there. That girl is so beautiful, so lovely. Is there a fight? Or do you guys start shuffling each other? Go, I want to sit next to Delphina. I noticed PB Thel was sitting next to
Well,
Delphina
hold
practically
on,
every
Rachel.
picture I saw.
Hold on. We
Yeah.
decided to go to lunch, but as
Yeah.
a group, I think there was about 10 or 11 of us.
Yes.
We couldn't obviously walk into a place and get a table. that
Okay.
was-
I'm going to guess who got put away at the kids' table. Okay. So you guys would have had obviously
Well,
the adult
by
table.
height, there was at least 4 people that could be at the kids' table, I think.
Oh my God! At any given time. So it was there any crestfallen faces and like the table without? Let's be clear about this. The people that weren't at the Massey table, obviously second best. It's not
Well,
going to be
the
the
people
best
that
table.
weren't at the Mazzy table, I think, had a good time.
Well, hold on, Rob. Were you shuffled away from the Massey table?
So I was at a table with Tim.
Tim,
Vinyl.
University of Vinyl. Yeah.
There was a woman we met who
Oh,
is she came in and she's a buyer of Patrick's. He knows her
okay.
through the auctions. She was
Yeah.
from very nice lady.
Okay.
And then my friend Brad, who
Oh, you got Brad in there from
And
the
Fluffy,
Brad.
Yeah.
Fluffy was with you too.
no, Fluffy was not with us. Fluffy sat with Jim, Cesar,
Oh,
and I think someone else.
hmm.
Mazzy was with Delphina, I think.
I was with Delphina and Joey Callio.
Oh God, that's the table right there.
You
That
know,
is
Rachel, I
table.
think I
No,
would like to
I'm
say
sorry,
that-
Rob. It has to be said. Massey has the A-list table. It's clear when you hear that lineup.
But Rachel, I have to tell you something. I think I'm going to
Yeah.
change my name from the Wax
Oh,
to Joey Callio's chauffeur. I think that's what. my new
holy
name-
smokes! This is going to be a rebrand, a channel rebrand. Joey Callio Chauffeur
Yeah.
Records. Put vinyl in there. The vinyl chauffeurist.
We saw.
Well, we've made a new friend, and I doubt he would ever come here.
Yeah.
And I've met him a few times. I met him with Mazzy a couple times, but
Yeah.
I've run into him buying records around LA. Very nice guy.
Okay, we got problems right here. Apart from your pal, we're going to get more back into your pal. But this is an interesting inflammatory comment. We got to tackle it. I don't like the Fluffy was separated from Delphina.
Well,
I
you know,
think that
people-
was
hold on.
intentional.
Rachel, people
Yeah.
are forgetting. With all the people we hung out this week,
Yes.
Fluffy still is double digits, significantly younger than everyone else.
Rob, did you just have a little purno, a little fart? Because I heard something just as you were. I heard something.
No, it was a
go.
dramatic. Rachel, it was a dramatic kind of reason. Listen, if
My
I farted,
my
you would
I'm
hear
getting
it.
texts. I'm getting texts on my phone.
I'm sorry, Rob.
Yeah.
It wasn't you. It was Massey.
It's my phone is all vibrating. All the texts
Massey,
coming
more
through.
roughage. You need more roughage, old man.
Rachel,
Right.
why?
Yeah.
Just off the, you would assume that I pass gas. I'm a very
I-
polite person.
I know. Listen, because you were in the car, sometimes
Hold
they
on,
can
Rachel.
embolden.
Hold on, Rachel.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
that's all right. Sometimes when you're in your car, you can be emboldened.
Rachel, I
Okay.
am not.
Yeah.
I am not a hot boxer.
So everything's going great. So we got Delphina, absolutely beautiful. You got Rob, Mr. Personality, Mr. Wonderful, doing what Rob does, bringing people together. Rob, if anyone was a host of this little shindig, you got to be the man. You got to be the lightning
No.
rod that brings it all
Right,
together.
right. We all gather and enjoy
Yeah.
ourselves. So
All right. I just thought there might be one like a large gravitational like personality that would
Well,
suck all the other ones
we
in.
met after the show. We met after the show at Permanent Records, and
I'm
like a
hearing that
handful of
sound again.
It's my phone. I'm getting all
Okay.
these
All right.
texts. It's probably the group that. It's either the group that Rob, the whole VinylCon group, or it's birthday wishes from friends of mine. I don't know.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of birthday wishes. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, obviously, on behalf of Rachel's Ghost TV
But
show,
Rachel,
Massey. You
what year
are a
is it?
legend.
Rachel, what year is it? 75?
What? You mean like right now?
Never mind.
Rob, it's 2026.
It's Keith Moon's birthday today too.
Are you share the day with Keith? This is what Beetle Babe was saying earlier in the TV.
How
Keith
old would
Moon
Keith- how old
and
would Keith be? How old would he
Oh,
be?
oh, Rob, we
Keith-
got controversy. I know it's hard. You can't read all the comments, but we got
No,
the first. This is not good. Is what wax nothing more than a gas
Well,
bag?
hold on. Oh,
Abigail, come on.
Rachel,
Yeah.
Rachel, can I respond to this?
Yeah, please do, Rob.
My name's not Rocket Blast, Abigail. Okay, that's
Listen, Abigail. If
right.
that's your
You
real
know, if you
name.
call yourself Rocket Blast, that might mean that your white
Yeah.
panties are now brown. That's
Oh
what
my
that thing means.
God. Oh, that is hurtful. Absolutely hurtful. So it's been just a romping time. Everybody's doing good. Now, were there any incidents last year? We had an incident with Chauncey that people are even actually, I understand, are forbidden to even speak or mention about. Were there any incidents of that kind of ilk occurring at this particular get together?
There was no negative happening.
Incidents. Yeah.
Except when I arrived, we arrived later than those guys at Permanent in the outdoor patio. They all like took the gum out of their mouth and said they had to throw it away and left.
Oh, I've heard about that before.
No, Rachel,
Yes,
Mazzy,
Rob.
I don't know what you would call it, but is it graciously late?
I got there at 6 p.m. when the bar opened.
Fashionably.
Yeah.
Fashionably
Yeah.
late, Rob. Fashionably
Hey.
late. But here's the question. A lot of people are asking this question. Was Jason able to make it? Was Jason Ross part of the
Well,
No.
Rachel, I never saw him, but I will
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that a couple of the stalls in the men's room were out of order, if you know what I mean.
All right. All right. I'm just always curious, friends. Who's coming in? Who's going there? Who traveled the farthest to be at VinylCon? Have we determined that yet?
Out of our group?
Out of our group, yeah.
Probably Joey and myself.
Yeah, man.
Washington.
Seattle.
The pride of Washington. Well, Joey, it's his old stomping grounds. We all know that. Joey,
Yeah.
LA kid from Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's going home this afternoon. I'm going home tomorrow.
Okay. Happy birthday, Massey. All the best. Question for Massey. Did you talk to any hot babes while you're in LA? And also, did you dress differently for LA, knowing you'd be where there'd be a lot of hot
Yeah, here. Okay, I'm
You
gonna
should
take
just-
a.
disclosure?
I'm gonna take. You weren't with us at the Rainbow because Rob and Jim had to go to Sleepy By early
Yeah.
That's
on
not, well, hold
on
on.
Friday night.
That's not true. And I gave a reason why.
You had to correct papers on a Friday night for schoolie.
Well, I had to do several things. But last night, Mazzy, I hung out with you late. So stop it.
Okay. No, but we were sitting there, and of course, I got comments because I have this black shirt looks like a little jacket, but it's a shirt. It's an overshirt.
It's a skirt.
And he goes, "It's the hottest day in LA. You're wearing this black overshirt." But Delphina said, "Mazzy dresses fit."
Oh,
And she's a stylist, so
yeah,
I
she
want to
knows.
thank if you're
She was
watching
just being
Delphina.
polite. She said something different to me when you weren't around.
Holy smokes. No,
Huh?
Delphina's a huge Massey fan. She just absolutely
She's
loves
a wardrobe stylist. So I said, if
Yeah.
I ever make a ton of money, can I hire you to style my wardrobe?
Do you know what's great? Because we got Scott Wheeler, who's a Hollywood makeup artist. We've got Rob, who's an actor, obviously two-time Oscar winner. We've got Sean C, who's going to work the books and make sure that we can afford to put this on little
Josh,
piece
Josh,
together.
Josh, a location scout.
Josh is a location scout.
I think so, right?
I didn't know that about
Josh D?
Josh.
He I think he scouted
Josh
Superman.
D?
I think he's Superman, the last
Josh
Superman movie.
Dawson is a what do you call that? A scene provider guy?
No, a location scout.
Location director.
Rachel, you got me
Yeah.
for 3 more minutes. So
Okay, you boys, we get you very brief, but it's going to make the show even better because it's just going to hit that much harder because of the brevity of your joint appearance. Any conflict with the vinyl community members, Rob?
someone pulled a knife on the other person.
Okay, it could get a little intense when you now. Did this happen at a restaurant or did it happen in the aisles?
No, Rachel.
Yeah.
Event free. Even hundreds of people that I saw yesterday at this convention.
Yeah.
No, I saw no incidents of bad behavior. Isn't that
Holy
amazing?
smokes. Now, Massey, were you heard a little bit that Rob once again seemed to be getting more fan recognition than yourself?
No. I went to one table and this guy, okay, I've never been recognized, quote, before from the Hoffman forums because you're
Oh.
not there. And
Well,
I got
you're not a fate. You're just an avatar, I assume. Massey.
Exactly. So this guy at a table, I walk up and I start looking. He says, "I like when you piss off Strat Mangler." And all of a sudden, I mean, there's a guy on the Hoffman forums.
Yeah.
His handle is Strat Mangler.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a wise ass, and sometimes I get on with him. We go at each other, and so the guy, I started cracking up because I knew he knew that who I was, probably because of YouTube, but that he's one of the guys. Instead of saying "Hey Mazzy," he said Strat Mangler, and I ended up bought a pink Island label.
Oh.
This again. That was all he talked about yesterday.
Oh no, it's still a good find. It's a good find. Go ahead, Pink Island.
But it was it was a Fairboard convention, and it was a $40 record, and he just gave it to me for $30. I didn't even ask for a discount. It was
Holy smokes! So you wheeled and dealed. Now,
I didn't wheel. He just,
he just took one look at you and said, "Look, you look like a kid that's going to be going a few years into this hobby. I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to sell this to you for 30 greenbacks."
Rachel, I have to leave. I have to leave right now.
Okay, where are you going now, Rob? Tell us the itinerary.
Well, I was charging my car up a little.
Okay.
I'm gonna go retrieve some cash.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna drive down to the show, and I'm gonna assist some people with getting shit in there. Like, Piper's bringing some stuff. He wanted some help.
Oh, Chris, yeah, good.
Patrick needed some supplies. I'm gonna help.
Patrick needs a lot of suppositories. He's not getting any younger either.
Rachel, and I'm gonna help. Mazzy will like this. I'm gonna help them restock the tampons in the machine.
All right.
And we hung out with Tom Rashawn yesterday too.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Rashawn's a big guy. He's in the music industry insider.
And John Marino.
Rachel.
We
Rare than seeing Santa Claus or anything like that is to see Tom Rashawn go out 2 days in a row.
Tom's more shy, kind of introverted type personality, Rob.
I think Tom is
not in person.
Tom is like me. He's a social person who does deeply hates people.
He's
like me, but I think
Rob is nothing like you. He's nothing like you. He's a talented artiste.
Okay. That's kind of hurtful. That's kind of
Yeah,
hurtful.
Rachel Rachel. It was really interesting to see how many times Tom corrected Mazzy to say artiste. He just
Yes.
Mazzy would go, "You're
Absolutely
an
worth the
artist,"
price of
He goes-
admission.
and Tom goes, "No, artiste. Get it through your thick skull. I'm an artiste."
All right. Well, Rob, we love you. Have the best time and good hunting with the records today. Good hunting with the records.
Well,
Holy-
don't put a
You know-
curse on me, Rachel. Do not put a curse on me, okay?
I'm sorry. It's an old gypsy curse that may have just inadvertently.
All right, everyone, have an adequate day.
Bye, Rob. Perfect, because I
Oh.
always like Rob to be my opening act.
Yeah.
Now I can leave actually, because I need to kind of do at least one more song after Rob leaves.
Okay, Herc's here. Rachel, Vincent Van Dumbass has a question. Let's take a look what he's got. Dumbass goes, hey, which pergolas had the best vinyls at Vinyl Con? Pergolas.
What the fuck does that
I
mean?
don't know. It's a pierogi. Is he trying to?
William.
It could be our friend William. And
It's like somebody dissing William.
if somebody's hurting William,
Yeah.
is what we think could have been happening from Rizzo Dumbass. Hurtful stuff. Fluffy is excited, and there's good reason to be because you guys brought girls into the equation, which is fantastic. From what I understand, more than one girl was there. Tom gave us behind the scenes how he captured the photos for REM Automatic for the People. Isn't that an album cover? What a great photo.
And we heard the story, which I've heard before, of how when he met Prince and his assistant or someone in his at Warner Brothers called up and asked for Tom, and they thought it was Tom pranking because this is Prince. Can I talk to Tom Rashawn?
Yes.
Well, he was working on the Batman soundtrack stuff.
Yeah, you did with Tim Burton, Batman. That was a big deal. Michael Keaton. Talk about range. Okay. The girls were there for Joey. We love Joey. All these Joey have a good time. I assume he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Guy. Any birthday cake today, Mass? Are you going to have a piece or chocolate? Is anybody going to buy you a record? That would be a nice thing to do.
I don't know.
What do you want? What would you like for your birthday present?
I don't want anything. It was, I mean, we had coffee a little while ago and they brought me this
I would
bag.
buy you a coffee. I would buy you some nice ground coffee or buy you some more gin. You can always use, but you can't have.
You don't buy me ground coffee. You buy me whole beans if you
whole
give me
beans.
coffee.
Sorry, whole beans coffee.
Don't waste your time grinding it because
don't grind
every
it.
machine. Yeah, you do a specific grind.
Yeah. We're really pushing this young talent here. This is Audio Video Room Chris. He's a new talent that's come up from us. Keep your eye on him. I think this kid's got what it takes to go places in the business. If you know,
I do have to go.
All right. One last question before you go. How many records have you bought so far?
5.
That's not bad because you don't need a lot, right? You got
exactly.
So many.
And I'm not buying collectibles. I buy and I know it's always about the music, but I don't need to buy a $50 or $100 record.
And you're not flipping. You're just getting what you need for your own flesh.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. So, thank you, Marilyn. We try to provide Norman, birthday boy Maslow. Ladies and gentlemen, my cousin, by God, I love this man. Mazzy, have the best time. Safe travels. Look at that. Holy smokes.
But
whose house? Where are you? Who has all these records, Norman? Look at this guitar. Are you with, whose house is this? Are you with Joey? Who lives here? Who is this? Chris?
This is my friend Chris, who I worked with in the late 70s in a record factory store. He's been living in LA, and they have a guest room, so I'm staying here. So.
My God, anyway, I love this. Chris, thank you for your hospitality.
Yeah, it's a cool room.
Yeah, look at the guitars. He's got everything.
And look at there's a TV between the speakers.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention that, Mass.
But he has, well, anyway.
That looks amazing. What a great scene. See ya. Birthday, Massey. Happy birthday for Massey. Isn't that great? There he goes. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Rocket. We're in the bowels of Hollywood today, and we're learning all about VinylCon, and it's a veritable who's who of vinyl community influencers. Okay, so you're seeing some of the best, some of the brightest. Fluffy. Speaking of the young talent, the new generation of young talents, Fluffy has got a big career ahead of him, Sue. I couldn't be happier with Fluffy. Fluffy, it's so great to see you down there mixing it up with the other celebrities.
I want to see Fluffy get his PhD.
Fluffy get a PhD?
Yeah.
Fluffy, are you interested in post-secondary education at all? Let me know in the comments below.
I wanna
What would
go
you
with
like to see?
Dr. Fluffy.
Dr. Fluffy. Holy smokes. We need an Ocean's 14 to steal the room or house. Gregory Dope True is here. Holy smoke, just the celebrity, and you can see the excitement. You know, they're down there, they're looking at records, they're buying records and stuff. Okay, Arnie Zanzibar rules. People need to stop making fun. Who's making fun of? How do you even begin to make fun of Concert Bay? There's nothing there to make fun of. He's good looking. He's all buffed up. He's strong as an ox. Good looking. I don't know, Arnie, if there's any room for any criticism of Concert Buddy whatsoever. Dr. Fluffy, Doctor of Love. He's a love doctor. Okay, Greg goes, hey, I got to rewatch this episode. This is my second time watching your channel. Well, that is so great, Drop True, Gregory. Thank you, Gregory, for watching the show 2 times. That means a lot to us here. Holy smokes, I could probably retire. By the way, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm doing chess right now, and I'm playing Joe Soren, my friend Joe Soren. He's an artist, extremely gifted artist. This guy's done album covers. And he loves music. He's one of us. He's a record collector. He's just the guy. And I got to tell you, Joe's playing a damn good game of chess. I'm really happy, and he's playing good. Okay, let's hear what we got. Concert Buddy has taken the VC by storm. He's been making the best videos and has the best panel in the vinyl community. Well, that's incredible, Arnie. Well, it doesn't surprise me. I've had the great pleasure of meeting Chance. And he's friendly and he's personable and he's just good. He's a good guy. So, Arnie, I agree with you 100%. I am all about that. I think you're absolutely right. No criticism there. Okay, so stop making fun of Concert Buddy. It's very low ball. Well, I don't think anybody is, I don't think anybody's going to make fun of him. I love Concert Buddy. This is, I think, the sentiment most heard around these parts. I love Concert Buddy, and I'd love to go on, but it's always on my tattoo job days. And if you recall, AV Room Chris is, in fact, what's known as a tattoo artist. Chris, welcome to the show. Chris Hill. We've got Chris Hill here and everybody. Good morning so far. We've had couple of big hitters. We had Mazzy and Rob on. Of course, Rob, the star of his own successful morning program. So that's just absolutely fantastic. But we're all about Wet Leg today. I'm excited about Wet Leg. I've got to get the album Moisturizer. I do believe it's got to be. I want to have the physical for that band. I'm so involved with Wet Leg right now, Sue. Did it come as a surprise to you, producer, when you saw me orientating, you can see the ship, the hull slowly start taking sail to wind.
Your eyes glazed over.
My eyes glazed over.
And you put it on repeat.
I put it on repeat, and I continue to do that. What is the hot? What are you hot for, Rach, at the moment? Chess or vinyl? Chess more than vinyl, but Wet Leg's right in the mix right now for me. I'm having a real love affair with the band. The Isle of Wight. They've got 2 albums out, and I believe they've already got the material together for their 3rd album. So if the 3rd album is anything like Moisturizer with a couple of kind of great little tunes that bop along and pop along, I'm all in for it. And many people, of course, Jim Morrison's here. This is not Jim Morrison. Keep in mind, it's his beloved lizard, Liz. Concert Buddy gives me a wet leg. That is a beautiful comment. I just love that. I think of Rachel kind of as the original hit show and Rob as a spinoff. He's my Rhoda. Sort of like Mary Tyler Moore Rhoda. Rob is my Rhoda. And everyone loves a concert buddy. You can't go to a concert without one. You can, but it's no fun. You want to go with your pal. Concert buddy is smarter than the way. Okay, Arnie, come on now, settle down there. Holy smokes. Okay. Bands who wear underwear and are smoking hot works for me. Isn't she, Rianne? Isn't she beautiful, lovely? Oh, we got trouble. Jens is starting to get mad about Wet Leg. Jens, Wet Leg. How come you don't like Wet Leg? What don't you like about the Wet Leg? I'm a complete convert to the Wet Leg mania that seems to be taking over the vinyl community. They're almost big as the Antoine Depatois. Remember them guys? Where everybody went nuts over Antoine Depatois. I first saw Wet Leg on Saturday night live in the UK. Now I'm in the USA. They are a great band. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Gregory. Everybody loves Wet Leg. They're taking it over. And I wish, in this day of YouTube where we could play the clips and let everybody get as involved with them as I am involved with them. But it doesn't seem we're allowed to do it. Unless I can find somebody that's done a Wet Leg. Let me see if somebody's done a Wet Leg without Wet Leg's permission. And then, because if they've got it out on the interwebs, then maybe I could get on there. Like here's Remaster Kingdom, Wet Leg Bonero Music Festival, KEXP. You want to stay away, but you want to find some little channel that's got them on. Wet Leg Angelica live at Pink Pop. Wet Leg Davina McCall, Wet Leg. See, you want to stay away from the branded channels, but apparently you can do some of the live performances. It looks like BBC Radio Vivo. I'll do it if we can do it without getting, somebody, we just want to. Okay, what's going on? Alex Ross, Jonathan Ross. BBC. But if we can get a live, okay, KCRW, if we can get away from the branding, we could get away with a clip. Sky TV has them on KEXP. Oh my God. These Wet Leggers are all over, but really they're hard to get a hold of because for the most part, they are branded music. They are branded. So we're going to have to leave it out. Wow. Too bad, man. That would be so good. But it's, we got to deal with what we do. Yeah, okay. You realize you could just play it and then trim the song out of the stream later. That's bypassing what, yeah, but that's work for me. That's called work. I don't want to work. Holy smoke. I like their debut album. I haven't heard Moisturizer. Oh, Simon, Moisturizer's the kick. Lou Reed's Transformer, great album. Do you know Barry Walmsley, the drummer from the Ruddles? He drums on the song Walk on the Wild Side. Kind of wild. Okay. Starcrawler, AV Room Chris. I love Starcrawler. Beatles Kimbo. I love Beatles Kimbo. Beatles Kimbo. Kimbo, you love this new music. You love the Antoine Depatois. Have you got the new Wet Leg? I got to get Wet Leg. I got to buy this album at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Sue.
No.
Oh. Yeah, that's our Kimbo. Kimbo, Kimbo loves all that new stuff.
I was going to say
He came up to see Antoine Depatois. He's seen Antoine Depatois live. Anyway, so much talent out there, but I want to get the Wet Leg. Yeah, Wet Leg's great live. I love the fact that, have you seen the Wet Leg live, Kimbo? They were at KEXPW, whatever it is, in Seattle there. They did it. Yeah. Anyway, it's exciting. Get involved, support these artists. They're so great. We'll try and get them on the show. Would you like if we could get Wet Leg here? Would you like that? Wouldn't that be fun? Talk lesbianism and stuff. We talk about the stuff that the other channels don't talk about. So we'd have an angle. Okay, you got to have an angle with these celebrities. Vinyl Dale, Mike was out of control in the stream last night. I didn't know that. Also, recommendation Sparks, the band Sparks. I like them. Indiscreet. And a big shout out to Canadian Stuffed Muffin. Nobody has championed Sparks, the American duo that made it big in England. Nobody's done better by those guys. The two brothers, I forget their names, but they're brothers. And nobody's supported them more than our good friend out there in Canada, Toronto, Canada, the Canadian Stem Muffin. Wet Leg is huge in Tampa. They're big in Tampa. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got Tim is in with some news. Is coming out of Alberta, Canada, soon to be Thailand. He's going to Bangkok. Rach, Warner Music Canada is having a back to school sale with 30% off their catalog. Well, I've got to, who signed the Wet Leg? What label signed Wet Leg? Because whoever that is, I need them to do a sale. Chris Hill, we need an appearance up close and personal. We love Chris here on the TV show. Is Chris Hill the old mountain man that we used to have on? I love Chris. He's a mountain man. He's from Tennessee. That'd be great. Sue, producer, any interest in going to Tennessee? If you could go to any of the states, the Big Apple, New York included, LA. And yeah, which state would you like to visit? Go see the environments? Go out to
like
Montana, the wilds of Montana, Idaho. That's where
ranch country.
yeah, Nick Rudeau is Idaho.
I want to be in ranch country.
One of our favorites is back. Poofy-haired fancy boy. Poofy-haired fancy boy goes, how are we looking? I think we're doing okay there, Poofy hair. Okay. Boy, oh boy, there is a lot of going on. So what are you kids? I'm excited about Wet Leg. What is capturing the imagination of the vinyl community right now? What records are you boys and girls interested in? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll either thumbs up or thumbs down, or I'll go a non-committal. I say, oh, they could be good. I don't know. Kimbo goes, Sue, try Nashville. You know what? You get the Grand Ole Opry, and there's cowhoots. You got horses and whatnot out there.
Ranch country.
Yeah. So Sue wants ranch country.
With the mountains.
Yeah.
And the range and
Okay, there's a new band called Mega Sound. They're kind of a joint band of Bad Hats and Pretty Nails. I saw them locally at Electric Fetus. I love them. Hey, Gregory, where is the Electric Fetus located? Let me know in the comments below. You know, by boys and girls, Vinylize, that incredible influencer, he taught me how to do this, and young people just love it. If you can do this, you're going to get a lot of subscribers and whatnot. I'm in West Virginia, close to Pittsburgh. Holy smokes, Chris. Well, we love Virginia. I like Pittsburgh more because I got a lot of Pennsylvania, central Pittsburgh, central Pennsylvania is where, like, I got my German ancestors all settled there. And then from there, they went into Ohio, and then out from Ohio, they went out to Nebraska, and hopefully interbred with Williams people, because it'd be great to bring William in as one of my cousins. I think that would be great. And then from Nashville, they ended up in Washington, out in Spokane and Pullman, Washington. If you know where Pullman, Washington is, that's a good one. Okay. Gregory goes, I'm new to this color. It's splatter vinyl. You kids excited about splatter vinyl, or you care about that stuff? I like having a few samples of it, but really at the end of the day, I want the majority of my collection to be simple black vinyl. Old works for me, old-timey, tried and proven, works well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join me on the big show, Simon, you have a good chance of coming on today without having Rob here or any trouble. If you like Wet Leg, Rach, I know some similar bands that you might enjoy. Hold on, Simon. I haven't explained exactly why I like Wet Leg. Have I told you about Rihanna, the lesbian lead singer? Holy smokes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm headed to VinylCon now. I'll follow you on my phone, but I won't be able to comment. Scott, we love you. Have the best time and good hunting. You're going to be exposed to a lot of vinyl. So, Scott, good hunting. and hopefully you'll get yourself a nice a record or two.
Bring your sanitizer.
Yeah, I guess big meetings like that, you got to be watching people fingering through. But that's a danger that all the record collectors have to deal with.
Yeah.
When you come home from your record, you're bin hunting, you're
I
flipping
wear
through.
gloves.
Always, yeah, I would probably wear gloves, like white vine kind of thing,
Yeah.
Okay, black.
Latex.
latex,
I'd be wearing vinyl.
vinyl, latex, like medical, surgical gloves. Get a pair of Invest. If Pumpy was your cousin, Denise, who is there's not a hold on. Full disclosure, I don't think William finally explained that he's not sure if she's his cousin at all. He's not really sure about the relationship. They may be related, but they don't know. Lemon Twigs have a new album out. It's a bit of a killer if you like your power pop. I do like them, but I got to tell you something. Perfect Prescription. Lemon Twigs, my issue, I got one of the Lemon Twigs. I bought an album. I find that Lemon Twigs are Paul McCartney without John Lennon. In other words, they're very good. They're very catchy. They're very saccharine. They're very sweet. But there's not a lot of bite. And I need a little bite. There's too much. She was just 17. She was a beauty queen in them, as opposed to she was just 17. You know what I mean? The Lennon bite. They need a little bite. Another band, great band, adjacent to your wet leg, is The Last Dinner Party, and they are on CMAT. I'm not too sure what CMAT is, but we're putting it out there for you young people. Rachel, I am the white glove robot. You know it, Frank. Absolutely. See, as soon as I thought the
We
glove
sent
to
white gloves to,
we sent him to Mikey Arugula. We sent him a pair of white gloves so that he could handle his merchandise in a careful manner. And Frank is so right about handling precious vinyl. Frank's got collectibles, old timey collectibles, and you don't want to damage them or anything. Oh, thanks for that, Rach. I had a nice talk with William, and in a kind of a vulnerable, unguarded moment, William told me, he says, yeah, we may not actually be related, but I think we are. Check out Glass Animals, Yard Act, Goat Girl, of all of them, Fountains, DC, and Shame. Out of all those, Goat Girl just absolutely sings to me. Goat Girl. Have you got the latest Goat Girl? I love that because we had our own Goat Boy around here for once. So, we have all the different troll names came out, and Goat Boy was one of our more popular ones back in the day. I got to go see the Lemon Twigs live in September. Ivan, good. I'm great. I'm happy you're going to see him. I got the one Lemon Twigs album. I think it's the one where they're down in LA. Yeah, it's like an LA album, and they're by a street sign or something. Lemon Twigs. Pumpy wants to have Denise clout because she's famous. She's a cancer survivor, tragically passed away young. So ultimately, she didn't survive it tragically. But gospel singer, I like all gospel stuff and all the rest of it. I think that's okay. Okay. Wet legs suffer from a lot of what's known as lesbophobia. Okay, this is what's called the fear of lesbianism. And Brother Brian will hate them for their lesbianism. Yeah, but hold on here. They are not, I don't believe that Rian, the lead singer of Wet Leg, is a committed lesbian. I'm sorry, Rian, but any lesbian that's had a boyfriend, a lot of these boyfriends go back. A lot of these girls go back to guys after. And listen, here's another story about our lesbian pals. Apparently, lesbian relationships, they break up, they don't last long. And the reason why is, can you imagine? These are women living with women. So when the arguments come and the offenses invariably occur, neither one of those women is ever going to forget I know what you did. Oh, and I know you know what I know that you did, So there is all that. Also, we love the science around here. A lot of people, Mazzy, Rob, have often said, say what you will about Rachel and her politics and whatnot, but she is a science lover. She is into the science. And I heard some very disturbing news about ovulating females. Now, this is the interesting thing. Sue, like, we cycle. But they just did a study where it's called the cloistering effect when they study like prisons. We'll talk about this a bit. Women prison movies, a lot of lesbian action in there. But apart from all that, there's a rumor, it's been said for years that if you get a bunch of girls together, we're going to start ovulating at the same time. Our periods will actually sync up. But apparently it's not true. It's a correlation that is not causational. It's one of those relationships. It's just simply not true. And further research into this area, this vital area of human behavior, human female behavior, let's be clear, it's not true. This is how we follow the science wherever it leads. And sometimes it leads to an area that we don't want to uncover, but it's an uncoverable truth about that. So no, there is no cycling. Chicks do not sync up their periods when they cloister together. It's old wives' tale, not true. Further studies on it disprove the initial finding. So you can follow, you can fact check that, grab your favorite AI. Something else I'm excited about, the AI. I hope you kids are getting involved in AI. Just imagine getting AI to organize your record collections. Oh my gosh, the possibilities are endless. Okay. Simon, have a great time when you go see the Lemon Twigs. Holy smoke. Arnie, please do not hurt Rob like that. It was very hurtful. If it is indeed my buddy, Arnie Zanzibar, I love Arnie, but he just got too involved hurting Rob too much. It became too much. I had to kind of give him some discipline on the show. Tim goes, to quote a line from the late, great Jerry Springer show, we love lesbians. But here's the reality, and the ugly reality is that there's the fetishized fantasy, male fantasy of beautiful, nubile females getting together and just kissing and doing girl stuff. But then there's the uglier reality where it looks like a couple of Marines are getting it on. Unpleasant, shocking. No one wants to see that, okay? No one wants to see that. Anyway, it is what that is. Now, are we going to get a guest today, or we're not going to have a guest up today? That's okay. I mean, we'll just continue to float along here if it's entertaining, if we can engage you properly. But if we can't entertain you, engage you properly, holy smokes, we could do a shorter program today. But because my world right now, I'm still loving the movies. Dagon got me a great movie. We recently watched it, Notorious, an Alfred Hitchcock, absolutely fantastic. Okay, what's going on? Hey, Rach, hope all is well. To me, it seems the regular listeners love Wet Lake, and musician types love Engin de Patois. What is your love for Wet Lake? Oh, it's Rianne, Bruce, the hot chick that's the singer. I like her vocals, and she's just very easy on the eye, but the music's catchy. I got to admit, the music actually is catchy. I really think she's got a good voice. And I got to tell you, if it was affectation, it is affectation. But the reason the band works is because you can affectate, the cutesy pootsy kind of thing, but it's not really indicative, or it doesn't fit the personality of the girl doing it or the singer doing it. In her case, in Rianne's case, it works out beautifully. I think there's some fidelity there. Interpret that word as you will. Some authenticity there in the girl that keeps it real. You got to keep it real. So I think there is showbiz there, to be sure, but there's a real personality behind there. And she's a natural. She's a great front woman. The musicianship isn't incredible. I don't think it's that difficult to play or perform, but it's fun and it's creative. Fun and creative. So therein lies the appeal for me for Wet Lake, and catchy. I wish I could play the song for you, but that's not available to us right now. YouTube, doing a live stream would be so much easier if we had access to talent like this because we just put it on and said, listen to it, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. But go listen to the song Mange Tout, Mangetout, Mange Tout. Okay, eating a lot or eat it all. David was talking about that. David Donnelly, incredible. Anyway, it's all happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's all happening. So again, let's do a commercial. We got the Patreon going. $5 a month is all it takes to go and support, and it means the world to us. And it helps, because Sue and I, we're both retired and stuff, and every little penny helps.
Bruce Fraser was the name of the guy that my brother went over to got in trouble in the Middle East.
Okay, yeah. Sue's brother got involved. Did anybody see Midnight? What was that called? Midnight
Express.
Midnight Express with a drug smuggler. Sue's brother got involved in that. They threw him in. Fortunately, it wasn't a Turkish prison.
But the person he went over with who got him involved.
Yeah, it was Bruce Fraser was the guy who got him involved. That wasn't you, was it, Bruce? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, I don't want to cop Renee's angle. We love Renee around here. I'm in my underwear. Fantastic. Yeah, we love Renee, and Johnny L. Remember Johnny L? I don't see him anymore. We've lost Johnny L, and that's sad because I like Johnny, but Johnny, I don't know. Maybe he had to go do his own thing. He had to go and do his own world. I'm just not sure what happened. Okay. Paul's here, Breakfast King of Loyola. Loyola, where are you in this world? You're in Minnesota or something. So you couldn't go to this VinylCon thing in LA that all the kids are talking about, the excitement. And Bruce goes, it wasn't me. I wasn't involved in that. All right, Bruce. We just had to due diligence, we call it around here. Had to check it out. Holy smokes. But yeah, I'm going to buy, and ladies and gentlemen, when I do buy the album, I'll hold it up for you like we like to hold records up, show you the album cover. But it's really funny. The band's kind of weird because they do have the one girl who's up front, Rianne. Then her friend doesn't like being on camera, and she's not as good looking as Rianne. So maybe that's part of it. I'm not sure. Johnny goes on the Psycho Platters TV show. Yeah, that's the thing. That's Johnny is Psycho Platters all the way. Well, I know that is a reality. There is a reality. Everybody's got the speed. Sometimes things move a little fast, and it's a more comfortable experience. Paul goes, Herc and I have a gang. A lot of you kids are out in gangs, I notice. I'm not sure why. There's a cloistering effect that occurs. You kids like to hang out in parties and groups and posses, with your homies, and you cruise around. Holy smokes. Cruise around looking for trouble. But the other big story we're following is the Beatles. Of course, Rubber Soul, the box set. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I hope you kids are going to get all involved and go to buy that. Get involved, support the Beatles. Lord knows they need the money. Hey, Rach, I'm headed to VinylCon now. It's day 2 for me. Fluffy, have the greatest time at VinylCon. We love you, man. You're our favorite, Fluffy. Go have fun, pal. Buy a record. Or better yet, get one of those older men to buy you, or a young fella like you. Get them to buy you a record. A lot of them got money.
There's Bruce's channel. Go check it out.
Yeah, here's Bruce on the thing. Bruce Fraser. He's got a channel. You can check it out.
Scott actually has content.
Scott's actually put content up, I'm being told. So there's a link. Go subscribe, support content creators. It's not the easiest thing. Johnny L has Psycho Platters now, Rachel. The guy has moved on. Well, you know what, Joel? I got to take a hint for that, and I need to move on too. But I'll always love our Johnny. We'll always have our memories, won't we? Whatever happened to Remus? Remember Remus, Uncle Remus? He's gone too. We don't see him anymore. He just disappeared. But in fairness, a lot of people are still discovering the channel. I still have people, like, if you go look at the comments from last week, I think there was 2 people go, Rachel, where you been? I can't believe you're around, floating around. Yeah, I got like 6 more subs coming in last week. Holy smokes. Fluffy says the immortal words coined on this channel. Of course, we're multicultural. We reach out to a world that's sometimes dispassionate and uncaring. But me, I'm love. Absolutely. We are me, I'm love around here. Fluffy, you would actually make a badass juggalo if you want to hang around with Breakfast King Loyola and Herkimer. You would be welcome in their gang. Why do they disappear? The buck stuff's here. I don't know, Stefan. It's, they have to do what they do. Rachel, you started Johnny's VC. Yes, I did. So many young talents get their start here. We're kind of a star generator. We're a talent generating machine here. So many of them we get going. I have finally decided to describe to your new channel. Who's that? You, Paul, have subscribed here? Holy smoke, Paul, thank you. Wow. Okay, here's the thing, and this is the struggle is real. If I had to choose which to spend limited dollars on, do I go for the complete Wet Leg discography of 2 albums, or do I go Rubber Soul box set? The struggle is real. Dick goes, Rach, you started a lot of VC channels. What we do, we like to help people out here and give them a leg up, a wet leg up, if we, we could be so bold. And we like to get people started. Jason Rojas got his big start here. He did. Boy, oh boy, I love that guy. I'd love to get Jason on. Maybe Rob's not here. Massey's busy, occupied. Maybe we could get these guys on, like Jason. Jason, if you're watching, come on up. Let's rap. Let's rap about music. Rachel, I call it more of a stud farm here, what you produce. Well, hold on. Now we've helped out some of the other kids. What's the new channel? This one? I think it is. People are still discovering it. Rach, people, whether they like it or not, Rach, you're a damn influencer. I'm a goddamn influencer. Did the Hawaiian guy get his start here? Well, that remains to be seen, Reverend Rock and Roller. Some would argue even the Reverend Rock and Roller got his start here. But Rev, we love you. It's so good. Rev actually jumping platforms, moving off the YouTube and finding the Instagram more to his content. It's geared more towards the type of content the Rev likes to put out. Ongoing, it's like watching a soap opera with the Rev. You tune in, you catch the latest episode, you see what's going on. So often there's elements of drama, pathos, and storytelling. Par excellence. Well worth following if you're an Instagrammer, IG, as you teenagers like to call it. This show is like the happy days of the Vinyl Community. Rob's new live stream is like Laverne and Shirley. And the Rojas verse is like Mork and Mindy. Absolutely right. Very apropos. Very apropos indeed. But, we keep it real. We have fun. We try and entertain. And at the end of the day, we're all about the music. I know Jack likes to, what's Jack's channel? He's all about music. Jack Parks. And he goes, come on, Rach, you haven't talked about a damn record in months. And I go, whoa, come on, man. We're all about the music. And the Bucks goes, Rev, keep going. Keep going. Words to live by. And the Rev gratefully receives the encouragement, goes, oh, I sure will. Yeah, I'll do my best. Holy smokes. Rob is a successful spinoff for sure. Abso-freaking-lutely. Rach, you're like Richie Cunningham. Thank you. High praise indeed, Richie Cunningham.
Paul just called me the Fonz.
Sue's the Fonz? Who's Fonzie? Sue. Who's Fonzie? Sue. Hey. Hey, he's cool. Didn't we do an A? Like somebody like A. Oh, yeah, it was like a melody. A, Rach, A. Kind of like that. Ladies and gentlemen, our good friend, the producer, the director, he's here. Back in Toronto, thanks to Air Canada. I have a fantastic bowel explosion. Good Lord, you got into some bad boy on the return flight. Greg, fantastic auteur filmmaker. He's been in France for the last year. He's finally landed back in Canada. And, he toured the film around. Greg, you got to tell me, get up here and tell me about the film one of these days when you're not fighting your bowels. But it'll be interesting. Yeah. See what's going on and the feedback in Europe, how everybody responded to your film. And Michael 45 is the Fonz. He's kind of a cool guy doing his thing. And boy, oh boy, did things really go great with Michael 45. He was behind Mazzy, from the best of my knowledge. Last I looked in, he had actually rebounded, came right back out. Ruth Ann did a good hey. We love Ruth Ann, Russ. We love her. What an insult to poor Fonzie. Holy smokes. So Scotty Dog, we love Scotty. I tried to log into Restream. I'm lost. My gear is all too old to connect. I'm so old. What do you mean, Chris? I don't believe it. Didn't you log in last time around? It worked pretty good. Because we had him on TV, didn't we?
It didn't work. It wasn't. Chris needs a restart.
Who's Chris?
Tell Chris to push the restart button.
Hit the restart button. What do you mean restart button? I don't even know. What is this? Okay, Patreon. Yeah, throw money our way. We need it. It helps. I'm on a newish phone, but I'm older than 50 editions of my phone. Yeah, I hear that. I feel that. Everybody's getting older, man. None of us are getting younger. Who is Spike Fonzarelli? The Fonz's little clad leather jacket wearing cousin. That's like call it Cousin Oliver. And poor Greg is just suffering right now. But a couple of days she'll be right as rain. I find traveling, we're on an island here, Vancouver Island. I find traveling British Columbia ferries always liquefies my innards. There's
eat at White Spot.
Yeah, I have the white spot there.
Meal you eat on the ferry.
Yeah, what's the deal? That's probably not sanitary. Is that what do you think the problem is there?
Just the food. It's the grease and
The grease and the fat, it just doesn't agree. It's not good.
processed-
Not good. Processed garbage.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, I'm off the sugar. It's so important. Drop the sugar. And if you do like sugar in your coffee, like me, grab glycine. It's an amino acid. It's a miracle drug. I just love this stuff. And just put a teaspoon of that in where you would have sugar and you'll be able to consume your beverage in a way that will be pleasing to you and that you think you're kind of getting sugar, but you're not. And it works. And it's so flavorful, so good. Glycine is the product. Thank me later. Thank me later. I'm not endorsed. by the glycine people. I'm not an Amazon affiliate on it. But, I do like my books. I've got a pretty good book collection. I want to tell you, Sue built me, I'm collecting chess books. So I got a beautiful little cubby hole filled just with chess books. It's so great. I just love it. And Sue did all the carpentry, the painting, and it's just like it's so built in. It looks like it's part of the overall structure. Sue, you did such a magnificent job on it. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Daddy Bog is here. Hi, Rachel Sue. Well, hi, Daddy Bog. Daddy Bog, we love you. It's so nice to hear from you. By the way, speaking of people I want to hear from, the health alert is still out on our good friend DJ Vinyl Vertigo. Have you got any new books, Rach? I do. Sue, yeah, bring volume 5 over. Well, you're not. Bring the red one over. Just bring one. Volume 5. I think it's volume 5. Volume 5. I had volume 4.
These are really nice books, though.
These are beautiful. I will show you a book, my newest book. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 65 Canadian dollars. It's by Gary Kasparov. My Great Predecessors, Part 5, featuring Victor Korchnoi and the legendary Anatoly Karpov. So we're going back to the 70s, 1975. 1975, American great Bobby Fischer refused to defend his title. Look at this thing. It's beautiful, hardbound, reissued, originally published in 2005, 2006. And bada bing, bada bang. This is so fantastic. Anyway, it's a 5-book set. And so I'm all in on it. Nope, my browser is not supported. I must be more. Well, I don't know what kind of browser you're working. Could you handle doing an 8-hour stream, Rach? My Mayo has one in the works. Jury's out whether it'll go duration. I have no interest in doing that so much, doing a long stream. Less is more at this age. And in fact, I do just the one show a week now, and I find that's ample. You guys probably find it, guys and gals probably find it ample too. What about fruit with sugar? Do you still eat them? I don't have a lot, Frank, of that. I don't do much of that. I don't really.
You had a piece of
I have vegetable, a lot of vegetables. Every now and then a little bit of apple, but no, it's not part of the thing. Does glycine make you sleepy? No.
It can make some people sleep.
It can for some people, Sue said, but it doesn't do it for me. Is glycine explosive? Like nitroglycerine? Nitroglycerine. Okay. Holy smoke. Science. I told you we're all about science here, kids. Anyway, so yeah, chess is occupying my attention. Hey, Rach, where did Rob and Mazzy go? Did they have to run a vinyl economy? Yes, they are out there. And again, Rob is being recognized more than Mazzy. Mazzy did get one recognition, and it came via the Hoffman forums. So that's kind of interesting. That's a little different. Okay. I just checked Scotty's Facebook. Why, he's got a Facebook? Oh, Scotty, yeah, DJ Vinyl Vertigo. No new public comments or anything from anyone. Okay, yeah, I left him a message on his YouTube channel. I haven't heard a thing. And this is going on a couple of months now where he mentioned the last word I heard from him, hey, Rach, I'll private message you about what's going on. And he never sent the message. So after a couple of weeks went by from there, then I messaged him on YouTube. I said, hey, Scott, what's going on? Give me an update. And Sue messaged him on Instagram. So I'm concerned, obviously. DJ Vinyl Vertigo does have a cancer diagnosis, and he also suffered some stroke incidents, right? Many strokes, a series of them. So it's obviously very concerning, and he's a super good guy, and we love him. And he's just, a great, great guy. And we're hoping for the very best on the health front from Scotty. And he's out in Florida. So if you're in Florida, I know it's a huge state, but I think he's near Central Florida, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. But if anybody knows where he is and you're in the area, try and reach out. Let's see how he's doing. And certainly our very best in terms of thoughts and all that kind of thing, and comfort for Scott as he deals with some health challenges, right? Yeah, it does, man. It takes its toll. All right, here we go. Okay, Christopher is here with us. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Hi, everybody. I'm old.
Okay, let's flip you around here. Holy smokes, look at that great record collection. You know why I flip you around? Because look at your shirt now. It'll read proper like. Home realtor. Are you a realtor? Do I buy stuff from you?
No, when I bought my house, I got a free shirt.
Holy smoke. So the realtor threw in a shirt on your $200,000 home.
300,000.
300,000. Excuse me. Let's move you into a better neighborhood.
That's okay.
What
I
is
never make the mortgage anyway, so it's a moot point.
Chris, I'm so glad to see you. First time on this show. You look great. You look like $1,000,000. I love the beard, first of all.
Thank you.
And I love the glasses. They're very attractive. They're very suited to your fine self. And you got a beautiful smile. You're friendly. Let's learn a bit about you.
These are all fake.
Yeah, that's great. They do miracles now. This is all real. I got a little gold in there. But let's talk about you and record collecting. How long have you been collecting records for?
I started as a kid, so probably when I was like 7, I think I got my first Kiss album.
You start off, so you Kiss Army?
Yeah, Kiss Army, and saw him in Detroit at age 7. My uncle.
Where's your home state? Where were you born and raised?
Michigan.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
You're going to see him there.
Yeah, Detroit area.
Yeah, fantastic. We love Detroit, Motor City. Gotta love it. Tigers, oh my gosh, Lions, you got it all going. Pistons.
Yeah, whenever they do well, I'll watch them. Otherwise, I'm not really a sports guy.
I can't. If we go like this, we're going to be too squeezed in. Nobody's comfortable like that. There, now we can breathe. And are you a gearhead at all, Chris?
Not really. Actually, I'm more into vintage gear than anything. Like all
Yeah,
the
but
stuff.
that can be, hold on, that's a gearhead. Being vintage is being a gearhead. You don't need the latest and greatest. You can have the oldest and moldest, perhaps.
What's Chris
Yeah,
doing?
what's that?
Chris, Sue wants to, he's the audio visual room.
Oh,
Chris, the
Chris.
AV room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's AV room, Chris.
Yeah, AV
Oh,
room Chris.
Okay.
Chris, you're a bit of a character. You got into a rumble tumble with the Wyatt out in Hawaii. What was that all about? Because you're not like that. You're friendly and cheerful and bubbly.
Yeah, I like many of us was really confused when Wyatt started. Um,
His take.
yeah, all the controversy, all the negativity,
Yeah.
that's what I took. So the short version is I being an artist,
Yeah.
I leaned into parody.
I
So
dig that.
I made a t-shirt and that's all I did. I made a t-shirt when we
Yes.
all thought Wyatt was AI, and I put this t-shirt up, and I guess
That is funny.
it very much hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. And then I talked to Waxed about it, and
Yeah.
he recommended maybe I stop all that. So did Steve Westman. He was like, don't even get
Don't
involved.
even do that. Yeah.
But once Mazzy was telling him to F off,
Yeah.
and once everybody got in, I was like, well, what the hell? I was here for. In fact,
Eg-
I'm not taking credit for Hawaii Guy, but I'm taking credit for Hawaii Guy in
Yes.
terms of the naming.
Mhm.
But once I realized it hurt his feelings, I stopped. I took
Yeah.
everything down, and now he and I are cordial. So I
Yeah,
can't.
he's a good guy. He wasn't, his nose wasn't bent out of shape. He was very cool with you, and he just says, "Yeah, we had the, and now it's fine." Because I had him up on
Yeah,
the
You
show.
don't think he's overly sensitive?
I don't think Wyatt's overly sensitive about it. And you're obviously clearly you're a good guy. You're in for some fun, and you
yeah,
know you
and
don't
I'm
want to
not.
bug nobody. Don't want to be bugged.
And I'm not sensitive. I mean, growing up where I did,
Yeah.
sensitivity can't play a part.
Sabam goes, Chris. I liked your video on MC Doom.
He's the guy that got like 3 views, and everybody was texting me, telling me stop with the hip hop. I'm a hip hop guy. I mean, I grew up in the city. I'm a hip hop guy. And
Yeah, Detroit. It's got, even
yeah,
though you don't have a good tan for it,
I'm as white as can be. Yeah,
you're a cracker, is what they call it.
that's the indoor Chris. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not an outdoor guy.
So anyway, but you're an artist, so your medium is
Well, I went to art school in Detroit,
yeah.
so I went for commercial art, but now I got out of that. It was just boring. And now I lean towards just painting. I like to acrylic paint. We're painting new signs at our tattoo shop.
Oh, I love this because our good friend Joe Soren, of course, an artist extraordinaire. Do you know Joe Soren? Are you familiar with Joe at all?
I'm
Oh,
not.
get the butt. Can I trouble my producer? Because I want to promote Joe. I just love him. And I think you'll appreciate his take. He's a record collector like yourself, but he's also an artist like yourself. And he is medium. He does
We gotta look you
acrylics and
guys up,
stuff. We got
huh?
a whole, but he also does. Hold on. Let's make your stuff. Let's do you first here. Hold on. Wait, let me go big. Here you go. Oh, look
Yeah.
at that.
So we're painting signs at work. Oh,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
we're painting
Look at that.
signs, and these are all going to be up in. Well, let me go the right way. We're
Yeah.
we're we're going to be doing all new
Ooh.
paintings and signs at our shop. So we've been spending the last 2 months painting at the
Your
shop.
stuff would look killer on like a skateboard. That
Oh,
kind of pop art.
yeah, I've done skateboard designs. I've done
Yeah.
comic books. I was a roadie slash concert tour photographer, and I toured with The Strokes and My
Oh,
Chemical Romance,
oh,
and put out books on both those bands
yeah.
in the UK on the
I like
photography
My
for the
Chemical
tours.
Romance in particular. I like the one where they were in the parade, the death parade, or with the
That's
beautiful
my favorite.
the
Yeah,
black
yeah.
parade.
That's the tour I went on, was for
That
that
was so
album.
good. They were just rocking it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
visuals, the visuals. Here's Joe Soren's artwork. He does stuff like in this style. And so it's
yeah.
all fantasy art related.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that looks like a Juxtapose kind of artist. If you're
He,
familiar with the magazine Juxtapose.
yeah,
He's a surrealist.
he's a surreal style, but he loves bands and rock. So he's done like the Ramones, but highly stylized stuff he does.
Oh, I'm
And
gonna look
it's
into
just,
that. Yeah.
and the colors and the palette and the textures he does, I mean, they're next level. Look at that. Look at that. So just beautiful, creative, but yeah, surreal art. But he loves his band, so he did. I know he did the Ramones. He also did the Velvet Underground. He loves the Velvet Underground stuff. So he's one of us, but like you, he's got a knack with the canvas, so to speak. So I like your stuff. Now, Chris, you're 100%. You are an AI. You're an artificial
Yes.
intelligence.
Yes, that goes without saying.
Holy smokes, that is crazy. Yeah, the Black Parade. That's My Chemical Romance. I like that. It was a good song. It had a good bop to it. I like that. That was a big album for them. They put out a lot of good stuff around that time.
Huge album for them. I'm just grabbing my I'm
Okay,
still in my
feel free. Explore
I'm still
the
in my pajamas.
Yeah,
Here's
that's all right.
this is the book I put out on the Strokes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Strokes are great. They're hard edge, straight ahead rock
Yeah,
and roll.
and it's got photography
Wow,
that I
so
did.
so you did the photography.
Yeah,
You're a good photographer. I love that shot with the, up there at the mic. But also you've got beautiful graphic elements that you combine with the camera work.
yeah, very much so. I often think that my style came from being hard of seeing. Like my vision is for shit. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can,
I
especially
have
here.
I have horrible vision, and I often think that most of my
Well, hold
um,
on. I'll go big here with you.
yeah, those are the artists I did this tour with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think these are out of print, but memories, so I
Yeah.
hang on to them.
A great part of your resume. And the thing is like, as an artist, like for me, I'm pop art. I'm a
100%.
product. I'm a product of my generation. I'm born in 1958, Chris. So that's a very, very long time ago. It's 68 years ago if you're counting, kids, for you at home. I understood there would be no math, but we threw in a little. But I like comic book art. So I love Jack Kirby and John Buscema, John
Kirby
Romita,
dots.
and Kurt Swan, and I love all these
Kirby.
guys from
I,
way
I
back.
still I still tell people all the time when I'm tattooing, I'm like, let me add some Kirby dots. And they're
Yeah,
so yeah.
Kirby
Oh,
Crackle, they call it. That's
oh, Kirby Crackle.
the
Yeah. Oh,
cosmic carbon that
yeah.
Jack was famous for. And
Love Kirby.
yeah, he's my guy. And you know the interesting about Kirby, one of the things, some people like it, some people didn't like it. It was always kind of strange as a kid. He would use the photos and he would do like a collage of black and white photos of planets and stars and stuff. And then he put his little superhero character in amidst, or, use all that
Mixed
photographic
media.
artwork as the background. The guy was a true artist. And he's a story of New York, a working kid, tough kid fighting away in the street toughs, and became a very influential. They call him the king of comics, for good reason. And he's my guy. He's my jam. Kirby's my favorite artist of all time. And the reason why I can tell you very clearly, Chris, is because he could depict power in a way that nobody else could even approach for me. And so when you're a kid and you have zero power, and a guy like Kirby comes along and starts depicting such physical force and such control over his environment, the very thing that a kid doesn't have, Kirby would put that in your little teenage and preteen hands,
Right?
where everybody's going, go to bed, eat your beans, do this. You have no power over anything. Everybody's telling you what to do. So it was incredible. And Russ Dawson goes, I just sub Chris's channel. Looks very cool. The reason we got people up here, the reason we tell you to get up here, ladies and gentlemen, is that you'll always get a couple of people to subscribe and follow your efforts if you come up, because people in the vinyl community are generally very friendly, very
I
welcoming.
think so, yeah.
And so
Except
when we
for-
get Chris,
except for
you're going
Rob.
to get a few.
Except
Okay.
for waxed.
Okay, Rob. Problem there. We got a problem with Rob. He loves playing the misanthrope. He loves
Yes.
playing the misanthrope.
Yeah. And I love his humor, but I realize now he comes after everybody. So
Yeah, he does. It's non-discriminatory. Kirby, King of Comics, what, from 1939 maybe through his passing, 1994. The more I got exposed to his comics, I loved that X-Men #1 through 18, The Mighty Thor. Yeah, and then of course he did the Fourth World over on DC Comics, which was worked very well for him. He said, "Give me your worst selling comic book," which was Jimmy Olsen. He took it, turned it around, made it a success. Go ahead, Chris. What do you got for us in the box?
Do you want an unboxing?
Well, sure. Let's play it.
I haven't even. This is gonna be one of my videos I'll shoot this week, but I just got this delivered, and
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna do a shootout with this and the original album.
You know what I
and-
think this is? You know, is this? Well, go show it. Let me see. No, I was wrong. Okay, Live and Die in L.A. The Wang Chung, who flung Dung Gang, Wang Chung.
This is the brand new repress from Interscope. I think it's Geffen Interscope,
Yeah.
and it's a double album this time, and it's got all the music from the film, the instrumentals, the side songs that were not on the original.
Yeah,
And so I had to have it. This is like one of my all-time favorite movies of all time.
it's a very good film.
Yeah. So
It's a very good film.
I'm dying to put this on. This is going to be the first thing I play today, for sure.
Yeah. Now, who's the guy from Australia? A couple of Australian guys are in there. Pierce.
I always thought they were British, but maybe you're right. I'll do
No,
some.
they're
it's
Aussies.
Jack Hughes and Nick Feldman.
No, not those
says.
guys. I'm not thinking.
No?
No. I'm thinking of the actors in the film.
Oh, it's William Peterson, who was on CSI.
Keep going. To Live and Die in L.A. Come on.
It was Willem Dafoe's first movie.
Willem Dafoe's in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it says
Okay.
William Peterson, John Pankow, John Turturro, and Dean
Oh.
Stockwell.
Okay. Live and Die cast of Live and Die in L.A.
Yeah, this is awesome. And I buy my own records. I don't get promos. I get the occasional contest winner
Say
from
hi
like
to
you.
October.
Yeah, Analog October. It's just joined us, Chris. Hey, says
Craig.
Analog. Hi, Analog October.
Hey, look, Craig. I know Craig likes soundtracks. I'm a soundtrack guy. Half
Okay.
of my collection is soundtracks. And I always meet people and they tell me you should do more soundtracks. And I started my channel doing soundtracks, but nobody watched them. I mean, they
What?
were bad.
Yeah,
They
but
were
hold
bad.
on. It takes a while. Full disclosure, it takes a while to get traction, Chris. So how many subs you got now? What kind of traction you got? What's happening with your channel?
I'm trying to reach 2,000 at this point. I'm
Okay,
like
that's good. Those are good numbers.
yeah, I think I'm at 1850 right now.
That's really good. Once upon a time, I got to tell you, once upon a time, 1,800 people subscribed to almost any channel in the vinyl community would have been stratosphere, would have been Mazzy numbers, would have been Mazzy. If the envelope's a little higher, a lot more people are kind of, a lot more people are a lot more people.
A lot.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
now people are getting those kind of numbers. So that's up. Now, what kind of views are you getting on the channel? What's your biggest selling hit that you got so far right now?
Hands down, it was my video on Temu.
Temu. I mean, the thing where you buy stuff on?
Yeah. I did a video about it because I kept getting these ads on Facebook and Instagram for $2, $3 records. So I decided to order it. And I found a $2, it was a $4 record. It was Prince 1999, so a double album.
Yeah.
And it was the new repress, the estate repress. And I was like, well, I got to give this a shot. So I did. And I guess everybody else was interested too because it blew up. And it's like 17,000 views on that one. That's my biggest one, hands down.
Now, Analog October, he goes, I don't have a channel because I can't be asked. I need to address it. It sounds like you're in the UK. Are you in the UK? Because Americans, nobody's using ours. Everybody go, I can't be asked, man.
Yeah. Craig runs his own label, Analog October, and
it's a record label. Craig, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I heard about Craig through Steve Westman, and he had put out a record. I know Mazzy reviewed it, and I wanted the record, and I was on the show one day, and he had Craig on, and I was like, now I gotta order this record. It was Neil Arterly, and it's a great album,
Okay,
fantastic.
okay, so Craig, I sent you a link
No,
to,
wrong.
oh, I sent you the wrong one. I sent you a Patreon for you to give me money. Hold on, don't do that. Well, you can, but hold on, that's not what I want. I want to send you the link to the show so you can come up and promote your label a bit, and we'll try and get some more people following you, and
Yeah,
maybe they'll buy a record or two. Who the
and
hell knows?
Craig is the only person I've seen in the
Yeah.
entire VC
Yes.
besides me
Yes.
that vapes.
Okay, hold on. I think we got more than one vapor.
45.
Yeah, we got, well,
Biggest vapor of
Michael
all.
45, a big vapor guy.
All right, I did
M45
not
is a
know.
big vape. And Dr. Fred Putterman years ago kind of broke the lid on the vaping, and he's a big vapor too. He's been vaping for quite a while.
Yeah, about
Uh,
20 years now for me.
Yeah. This is kind of interesting. Soundtracks always make me wonder what color variation Dazed and Confused will be this coming record store day. I got to
Right?
tell you, Dazed and Confused, a very interesting movie dealing with the grad class of 1976, ladies and gentlemen. That was my grad class. That was 12th grade was 1976 for me, where I said goodbye high school. Where's what's her name, Olivia Newton-John? Let's fly off together. I'd love to join you, but I'm just about to eat. All right, well that's okay. You got a mask.
Yeah, he's on UK time.
Yeah, it's like 3 a.m. there.
Something.
M4, no, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something. M45 is the king of vape. Goes there. So this is very cool. So you're a young kid. You were raised on Kiss Army, Detroit, proud. So what about like Detroit City Madman? You had Cat Scratch Fever, and then there's a lot of coming. Oh, Motown, the whole Motown thing.
Yeah, I was always into the art scene, and I was always on the fringes of the music scene. And then I started focusing on hanging out with bands and doing gig posters, that sort
Yeah.
of thing. And I moved into photography because it seemed a free way to get into shows, and it was until everybody got an iPhone. But yeah, I love the music scene, and I shot Ted Nugent. My buddies opened up for him at
Yeah.
a show, so I got to shoot that show. And yeah, I'm just all in on music. And I got back into vinyl because I sold all my vinyl and went to CD.
Yeah, I
And then
did.
sold all my CDs and went to streaming.
I did that.
And now I'm buying everything all over again.
And me too. So I got
Yeah.
it right to my left here. I got a closet filled with CDs. And then in the back, I got all my classical stuff there. And then I got records over on, like, I got a wall like you over there. I got like 1,500 records or so. But, I've reached my capacity. I'm going to go all in on Rubber Soul, and I am going to get the Wet Leg thing. But generally, I've reached my fill. 1,500 records, good for me. So this is very cool. This has got a lot of pop art, cultural artifacts.
It's all Alien.
So
Everything is-
the series, I saw Alien at the theater, the original one with the scary egg and the face eating and all whatnot.
Yep, that's the
because
one.
they
Poster.
latch onto your face and then they get a baby in you,
Yep.
which is
So
great.
it's my favorite movie. I was 9 when it came out. My parents refused to take me. So I've been obsessed my whole life with the movie Alien. So for me, it's records,
Yeah.
CDs, music, and Alien.
Okay. Now, have you been fortunate enough to meet any of the cast from Alien or Ridley Scott or anything like that?
No, I wish. I would love to meet Tom Skerritt more than anybody from the movie. I mean, Sigourney Weaver for sure.
Sigourney, lovely.
But I've never met him. No.
So
No,
have you ever gone to one of them, because you're an artist, have you ever gone to a Comic Con like in
Yeah.
Detroit? It'd be a good one.
Well, I lived in Los Angeles and San Diego for
Yeah.
about 11 years. And I got to work Comic Con one time, which is
Ooh.
more than enough for me. It
Yeah.
was insanity in
Yeah.
Comic Con. I worked for Chuck Jones before he passed.
Chuck Jones, the legend, Warner
Yeah.
Brothers, Bugs
Yeah,
Bunny, the Coyote.
Yeah, I worked for him because I knew we had a mutual friend, which was Bill Melendez, If you guys, there's a lot of Charlie Brown Christmas talk going on right now because the vinyl's coming back out again.
Okay, yeah, it comes out every year. Vince
And,
Vigaldi.
Yeah, Vince
Trio.
Guaraldi. Yeah. And when I was in college, I used to stop by this art gallery because I collected animation cells at the time.
Yeah, they're
And-
expensive. They go for a little bit of coin.
Correct. And I was in this art gallery, and unbeknownst to me, Bill Melendez was also there. And I'm that guy that would know what Bill Melendez looks like. So I ended up being friends with him. Craig.
Craig, what a cool pad. Look at this. This is records, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you and I are doing okay, Chris, but this is records. This
Look
is
at that.
crazy, Craig. Craig, what part of the world do we find you in?
I'm getting echo.
Well, I'm going.
No, I'm not getting echo. I've got YouTube open in the background. Hello.
There you go.
Sorry.
Don't do that.
Yeah, we can't deal with another echo gate.
Okay, look at this vinyl, people. We got Craig up. You're October vinyl. What's your gig? What are you calling yourself?
First of all, long time watcher, first time caller. Analog October Records.
Analog October Records.
It started off. It started off as an experiment about 12 years ago, where I just wanted to try and see if I could exist with tape and a Walkman. Rather than streaming. My day job is in the film industry, so there's a lot of sitting around.
So you're okay. So you're
Another
with
one.
Hold on. Now this is interesting. So you must be with what's known as Hammer Films because you're English. You're in the film industry. So I am so curious what Tom Baker is really like.
Never worked with him. No, I work in visual effects. So
Tom Baker.
I'm part of the visual effects crew that would be on any sort of big Marvel show or DC or Warner.
Are you kidding me, Craig? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. So I've seen a lot of your work then, obviously, because I'm a Marvel kid. Holy
Yeah,
smokes.
so I did pretty
Oh
much
my-
all of phase 1 and phase 2 of the Marvel stuff, and then I
Right,
jumped
See,
well,
into DC.
even I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it's all about the records. And by the way, I was on Westman yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing the same clothes as yesterday. I've just got a shit ton of these T-shirts. So
Yeah.
it just
Please be patient with them.
yeah.
Craig, that's wonderful. Chris, this is fantastic. So how did you guys get to who met who first? Who saw who first? You saw-
Steve Westman brought us together. We did we did a round table probably I don't know 8 weeks ago. And
fantastic.
but now Chris is my favorite tattooist, even though I've not actually let him loose on my skin yet. If I find myself in Texas, I will definitely be getting some.
Okay, hang on. So are you an expat Brit? Are you in like LA now, Craig, or are you still in England?
No, still in England. Although currently I'm writing a TV show which may actually find us coming out to the West Coast at some point.
Fingers crossed that all goes well for you, and that it makes it to the screen. And there's a lot that goes in, I'm sure, behind that kind of thing. Are we ever blessed around here, Chris, to have people like yourself, Craig? So many gifted, talented people. We got Scott Wheeler. He's a special effects Hollywood guy. So he worked on a lot of the Star Trek television programs, Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Voyager, Next Generation. He did First Contact. So he did a lot of the makeup that goes into that. The Borg, if you're familiar, Trek people know. Hawaii guy, we love you. Hawaii guy, come on. You're welcome. Come on, Wyatt. Come up and join us if you'd like. The more the merrier. Get to hang out with Chris. That alone. But anyway, I'm so impressed, and I'm so happy for you that you've been able to make a career out of some of the things you're passionate about. And the other thing too is, Craig, is that at the end of the day, you're like everybody else, like the rest of us around here. You're a music guy. You love bands. Who's your band? Who's your jam? Who, like, we got Kit Kiss up here. We got, My Chemical Romance.
This is all jazz. The whole room is just jazz. It's
So
like
you're a
this.
jazz cat.
Yeah, it's floor to ceiling of this, apart from where the window and the door is, because I've got to get in.
What was your entryway into jazz? What got you hooked on jazz?
Oh, what a segue! You're good.
Well, we
So-
just do what we do here.
So my first serious introduction to jazz, this wasn't the plan, and I'm probably going to get pulled away shortly because my other half is going to come down and tell me that supper's ready. She's cooking.
Mine too.
She's French, so we're having mussels this evening.
Oh, yeah, it's
So-
good. It's beautiful.
So,
Love it.
1986, I went out and bought 2 records. I was listening to like jazz compilations. So, CBS had a compilation series over here called I Heart Jazz. And so I listened to that. Some stuff resonated, some stuff didn't. And I was 16 in 1986, and I went out and bought 2 albums with my hard earned.
Yeah.
The first one was this.
Oh,
Hang on.
Yeah.
Go big.
Because I'd heard this, I'd heard some of his stuff on some of these compilations, and this was like none of that stuff, and this kind of blew me away. The next album, which I
Now,
bought
what's
on-
the name of that for the kids want to know?
that's Miles Davis Tutu.
It's Tutu is what it's.
Yeah, I mean it's really a Marcus Miller album because it's all written by him, but it's a Miles Davis. It got a mixed reaction back in the day because it was very electronic and
Yeah.
Well,
Same thing with like Bitches Brew did the same kind of thing for him.
yeah, but you know he never did the same thing twice. And then there you go. Oh, is that the Rhino as well?
Hang on.
yeah,
Here we
it's
go.
to die for.
It's so much better than
it's
the
my
standard
favorite.
Warner. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's my
I-
favorite Rhino.
I bought 3 copies, 1 to play, 2 to display, just in case, because it'll never turn around again.
Hey, not to sidestep you, but am I the only one that likes You're Under Arrest, or do you like that?
I've got multiple copies.
I think he likes it.
I've got multiple copies.
I love that album,
because
too.
I went back to the shop the following week and bought You're Under Arrest.
Yeah.
The other album I bought on that day was this.
Look at this. Twofer, kids.
Courtney Pine's Journey to, and this is where we start getting into the self-promotion stuff, which I don't have a channel and I should do, but like I said, I just can't be fucked. So this is actually the very first album that my label bought out as a reissue, because this was kind of like my sort of nexus point, my turning point. So
Are you a jazz label then?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
good to know.
currently British jazz. See if I can bring that in. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, Courtney, fine. You got it there.
Yeah.
The reflections down. Looks
The-
good.
the
Attractive
interest-
package.
the interesting thing is, and we mentioned this on Westman yesterday, is the fact that, you know, so everyone has an album that they probably don't gel with. Thanks, Wyatt. They don't gel with initially, but then it gets under their skin. I got this home, played this, loved it, played this, and I was like, what the fuck is this noise? You know, and I hated it. I played it the next day, and something must have happened overnight because it
registered,
It's been with me ever since. So those were my 2 kind of sort of gateways into sort of, as a 16-year-old, buying proper jazz albums as opposed to compilations.
Right. So dedicated the artist. And so who's your guy? Are you a Miles Davis guy? Is that your thing?
I have quite a bit of Miles, so I don't know whether you can see, but sort of from here, all of this, so about 3 cubes worth there, and then there's about another 4 cubes along that wall, just with Miles. And I'm often heard online on Westman or Jazz Bums saying stuff like, I'm not into the idea of reissues. You know, how many times do you need to buy Asia? But there are some titles where I just cave in. I just absolutely cave in. And what a great film.
Oh, Howard the Duck, my God.
So we had, you'll like this, Chris, on Guardians of the Galaxy. There was a huge set sequence where they go and see Benicio del Toro and
As a collector.
the collector. So I'm on set and I'm walking around, and there's a duck in a cage, and I'm like, No.
What?
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they
Yeah.
What?
And so I was
did.
like,
An Easter
no.
egg. They
I
call it
remember
an
that,
Easter
but you
egg, yeah.
you got to see the
Yeah.
duck. Oh
So
my
so
God.
they had like we call them stuffies, so they're kind of like practical stand-ins that they use for camera camera lineup and lighting ref.
That's
But
awesome.
it was still very clearly that that's going to be a walking, talking duck. And I was just like, and I turned around to someone and I went, that's Howard the Duck. And I then had to explain to someone who Howard the Duck was. And I'm like, if you don't know, why are you
Good.
here?
Yeah, yeah. And that was
Howard-
Seth
yeah.
Seth Green, right? Did the
I believe
voice?
so. I believe so. I very
Yeah.
rarely watch the stuff that I work on. So because my reasoning is that if you've spent, I don't know, 12, 16, sometimes 20 weeks working on something, you've given it more than enough of your time. And they always do these cast and crew screenings on a Sunday morning up in London. I live miles away from London. The last thing I want to do is get up at 5 a.m. in London to go sit in a cinema with a bunch of people to then just kind of play the game. And, oh, it's so great to see you. Oh, yeah. What are you doing now? I just haven't got time for it. So Guardians I did see, but there's so many things that I've worked on that
What
I've
a
just
great
kind of gone,
series of films. The Guardians films are pure entertainment. I just love them. And the fact is, they integrated music so effectively into those films that it's become a big part of the appeal and the draw to it. And the fact that they don't take themselves too seriously. Now,
Well,
Howard the Duck was huge in the 70s as a magazine. The comic book was counterculture. It was edgy. It was everything. It was fourth wall breaking. It had a lot going
Hey,
for it.
Rachel, didn't Howard Chaykin work on some Howard Ducks?
Back in the 70s.
I think so.
Honestly, I can't remember the creative crew that worked on the character. I just remember it was right alongside with Conan the Barbarian with Barry Windsor Smith, that there was a lot of hype, that it had a lot of cachet. But then when the film came out, it was universally panned as one of the worst films of all time. So when the Guardians come along and then throw Howard in there, it's hilarious, and it's a great panache, and it's a great send up of their own creative excess, perhaps.
Yeah,
But,
putting Howard in front of a modern audience is the ultimate deep cut. Like,
I've just been called. Give me
There
2
it
seconds.
is.
Give me. Hang on. I'm gonna mute the mic and see whether
All
I
right,
can
Greg.
postpone this.
the
tonight.
muscles.
yeah, don't postpone the muscles. Come on.
Holy smokes!
I'd kill for muscles today.
Would you be offended if I brought my supper down? And
Yeah, go eat.
No, bring it.
Oh, bring it here. Bring it here. Do
I'm
whatever
gonna
you
bring
want. Yeah, go have a little bite.
This is next level. I
Okay,
did not
Greg will
have.
do
I
that.
did not have this on my punch
It wasn't
card
on your
today.
bingo card today, Chris.
No.
Well,
no.
it's a big win for the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always said I like talking to everybody. I have a good time. But like everybody else, I have a limited amount that I have to say that's on my plate. And I find people so endlessly fascinating that it's great to get to know you, Chris, see your hangout, see what kind of music you're into, the kind of gear you like. And then to have Craig as an added bonus with his film work, stuff. And you're an artist. I mean, you guys both are not limited just to records. And so I find that fascinating to me. People are endlessly fascinating. So I'm glad you're on the show. I think it makes the film or the program here that much better. Hey, Wyatt, get up here. Do you want to come on the TV show? Come on, buddy.
Hey, Wyatt.
Let's get you up here, Wyatt. More the merrier. We have up to 6 people here. So, Chris, this is fantastic. So you do jazz as well, clearly, because you got the miles there.
I'm trying. I am definitely. I'm not a free jazz guy. It's just not my
Try
bag.
Jerry Mulligan. Do some Jerry Mulligan. Night Lights.
Oh, Jerry Mulligan. Sue's recommending Jerry Mulligan.
Night Lights.
Night Lights. It's a
You're
great
not a
album.
free
That's her
jazz guy.
favorite.
I like a lot of. I like foreplay. I like Stan Getz.
Well, a lot of people do, Chris, as you know.
Yeah, I'm going towards that. Like I tried Coltrane. I just didn't move.
Sue's not a big on Coltrane.
Yeah, it just
I don't
didn't-
mind,
It just didn't move. So like if I'm gonna, my thing is, as an artist, I'm not making anything. So when I have to spend money, I buy stuff I know I'm going to listen to. Like, and since I'm a soundtrack guy, I'm going to buy horror movie soundtracks and
Yeah.
synthesizer stuff. I'm a big John Carpenter fan. I have all his output. So,
Well,
hey,
Alien, right?
Craig, check that out.
Okay, Vault of Horror, the Gates of Hell trilogy. Holy smokes! Not for the faint of heart. Nice
And
box.
this is
I like
what
that.
this is one of those records that when it came out, I just kind of stumbled across it, and it's gone on to be like this $300, $400 record if you can find it, because they're all on this cool
Oh
colored
yeah,
vinyl.
show the vinyl because that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's sort of that wax
Yeah,
mage
that's
kind
some
of
fun.
vinyl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
fun.
these are all the soundtracks to the Hell trilogy by Lucio Fulci. And so it's got the Beyond, it's got the
Yeah, I like that.
Gates of
It's got a
Hell.
nice aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like this is one of those things where every now and then when I'm broke, I think maybe I'll sell that box, but I just can't. I just
Yeah,
can't sell my
they're all
records.
pretty looking, Chris.
I'm just not the guy to sell my records.
Wyatt says the new Miles Davis set's coming out with the Planjet process, going to be the gold standard. I just watched the interview on the Steve Westman show. Holy smokes, Steve. Good to have Steve. We've had Steve on the program here before. I love Steve. He's just across the way from us over in Vancouver. And boy, has that kid done so well for himself, getting a hold of the engineers and the mastering crowd. And
I call him
the
Johnny
tech.
Carson.
He's
Johnny
incredible.
Carson. Yeah.
He's done so well for himself, and the numbers are there to prove it. He worked so hard. He came in, he was hungry. He had like maybe 800 subscribers, and he was working so hard to get it. And now he's starting to approach Mazzy stratosphere. And
Who we talking about? Steve?
We're talking Steve Westman. Yeah,
He's like
he's
like a TED talk every Saturday.
Well, he gets the people in, and when I'm a Beatle person. I know a lot of Brits aren't really Beatle people, but I am. They're my jam, and so the Beatles, it begins and ends with them for me. And so when he started getting in all the engineers and the creative team over at Abbey Road, I'm all in on this. This is amazing that he's able to get these people.
I'm not a huge Beatles fan. I'll be first to admit. I appreciate them. If I had to make a decision of if you held a gun to my head and say play some Beatles, I'd probably just put on the One compilation. But we mastered an album. I mastered an album at Abbey Road last year, and even I was just affected by the whole history
The mistake of it. Do you know what, Greg? I got to tell you something. My second cousin, I got to tell you the story. I love telling it. I'm big into genealogy. My second cousin, 2 times removed, was Trevor Lloyd Wynne Williams. He goes over because his uncle was the chair of British Gramophone Company, which merged with EMI. They send him out. His nickname was Dubby. They said, Dubby, go get us a studio. We need a house for a studio. He goes, St. John's Wood. I've made the pilgrimage myself. And he buys the building for his uncle, which turns out to be Abbey Road Studios. So my family are the ones that bought that building there. So there's my claim to fame for Abbey Road in the UK.
5 Degrees of Rachel.
Yeah, it's all there, man. And so I made the big pilgrimage. I had to go to England, had to go over into North Wales and see the relatives and do the tour and get it all together, and absolutely had to do that because my grandfather's from Liverpool. So I have that going because the Welsh, right? They come out of there, then they go in Liverpool, and then they end up in London, some of them, and they're a big family.
Can I, Rachel, just answer DJ's question?
DJ, here we go.
So, DJ, I did. I'm now doing direct to consumer. The reason being is that by the time the records leave me and go to my UK distributor and then they then export that out to the US distributor, which in that for those particular titles was Forced Exposure. I was very underwhelmed by what they were kind of doing, but also every layer of the distribution model skims a little bit of cream off the top. They take their cut. So by the time I get my money, which you have to wait between 3 to 6 months for, I just came to the conclusion that the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. So I'm going to try and do something with the website in the next couple of weeks where you can park your sales. So if you want to sort of build a shelf, then I can then ship them, because I've got 2 more titles coming out. I just need to figure out how to do it. But yeah, I'm aware that postage is expensive, but to be honest with you, I wasn't even breaking even with the US distribution, because I was waiting for money, and then B, when the money came, I was like, oh, I've just covered my costs. I'm not in this. I'm not making records because I want to get rich. That's never going to happen. I just enjoy the process, but there has to be something at the end of it for me, even if it's just enough to go and buy a new turntable or something else. But who wants to work? Because all the money that I put into these records goes in up front, and then it's like, how do I? It's very frustrating. So
if
I get
it. If I can toot Craig's horn, like I said, I knew that record was out there because people had been reviewing it, the Ardley. And Ardley. And Craig had it. And that day of Steve Westman's show, I ordered it from Craig because I knew it was going to sell out. I think he mentioned it may be getting a repress now.
Oh,
but his stuff is next level. Tip-on jackets, flat vinyl, well engineered. If you want audiophile, that label gives it to you.
I'll give you a little tour of one of the records. So this is Neil Ardley's Kaleidoscope of Rainbows.
Let's put you here. We'll go this format. So
that's the one I need.
So this is the one that both of the Neil Ardleys got a 1010 on tracking angle. Mark Ward, who reviewed both of them, when I told him I was doing this, he kind of was like, oh, Abbey Road Half Speed Master. Well, I'm not a big fan. So the jury was out. So I sent this to him. And if you read the review, he even talks about it himself, that this has completely won him over into the Abbey Road Half Speed Master cause, because, as he said in his review, Miles Shaw just knocked it out the park.
Right.
And I was really anxious up until reading that point. But I go full on these titles. So not only is the cut just gorgeous, but you're also, and this isn't thin card. This is paper. This is like proper cardstock.
Yeah, high gloss.
12-page booklet, all about it. We had some problems with the tape. Rather than brush it under the carpet, I actually said, Miles, can you give me a half page and talk about the challenges that we faced in bringing this to market? I talk about all of the stuff that goes into the research and the R&D, some of the kit that I use. So, it gives you something to read whilst you're listening to the record. The full biography of the artist himself, never before seen photos that we've kind of got from the estate. So I'm much happier knowing that when someone's listening to one of my records, they're actually thumbing through this rather than scrolling on their phone and getting distracted.
Yeah, and I didn't get that one. I got the other one, but when I was working at the tattoo shop, I was so happy with that record, the other one, Stratosphere,
and Harmony of the Spheres.
Harmony of the Spheres. And so I was playing it at the shop, and the shop was not digging it. So I switched over to the one he just showed, and we still play it. Yeah, that's the one I got.
Yeah.
And then the other one, but they didn't like it in the shop. It was too avant-garde, I guess, for them. So I played the other one that he just showed. They play that every week at our
so more
shop.
accessible for them. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm in Midland, Texas. I mean, it's a lot of country. It's a lot of modern rock. Not exactly their thing. And they
choosing Texas.
Record. Well, the postage is the biggest issue. The records are priced, I think, very fairly. I know what the margins are on doing this, and it's not a huge amount. The Kaleidoscope of Rainbows, which is a double LP with a 12-page booklet, the entire sleeve is recreated by me, not by scanning the label. I actually went into the archive and found the original photographic elements. So that's why that album cover pops. 54 quid, double LP, booklet, Abbey Road Half Speed Master. Abbey Road ain't cheap. If you go and get a record, even though Miles is a mate and I get a little bit of leeway in terms of if I want a recut or whatever, I think £54 is
yeah.
How
I
much
just
is that?
showed Craig that I got this, and this, by the time I got it, US, I got it in 3 days from the Interscope website. $80 is what this cost once it's delivered to me. $80.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to have it.
And that's USD. We're in Canada, so God help us.
Well,
right?
Wyatt in Hawaii bought a copy of Kaleidoscope of Rainbows, and then sent me a message just saying that it was just like it completely resonated with him on a sort of existential level, and I get it, because that's it. It taps into something that is very, it's hard to come across that sort of music. It's muscles. It's sorry,
No, it's all good. No apology needed. So, what's the URL? What's the address where kids can go and look at your stuff there?
www.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's like early days of the internet, isn't it? Sorry, that's my old analogoctober.com, and analog is spelt the correct way. So
yeah, British, right?
Yeah, so
the correct way.
GUE at the end, not OG.
Now pass those muscles.
Okay, so we'll drop the link out there for you.
Yeah, thanks,
ladies and gentlemen. Analogoctober.com. Go take a look and see if you jazz people. Go take a look, see what Craig's putting out there, and do yourselves a favor and add some jazz to the collection. I like Chet Baker. I like Dave Brubeck. Those are a couple of my favorites. Listen to a lot of their stuff when I go over into that area. And Sue listens to jazz more than I do. Her go-to when it comes time to play music, she always puts on a jazz record. That's her preference. Me, I'm rock and roll, right?
I've been getting a lot of Brubeck lately, and that is like finding Ventures albums. There are so many Brubeck.
A million of them. Yeah.
We've just found a shit ton of tapes, 2-inch and 1/4-inch, from the original Capital Radio JVC Jazz Festival that ran in London every year in the 1980s. Brubeck, Miles, Morrissey Mullen, when I saw the photos of the tapes, I was like, are you kidding me? Most of them are all on 2-inch 24-track tapes, because they used Richard Branson's mobile Manor studio, Manor Mobile Studio, to actually record them, and then they'd do the mix down afterwards.
So is that something you could put out?
I'm going to be having some very interesting phone conversations over the next couple of weeks.
Because you got to go through all the camps, right?
You got to go through all the camps. You got to figure out, can we do this? I think probably it would be an absolute bonus if you could actually put them out as is. I think, though, I'm a big fan of jazz festival compilations from the 80s. So I love all of this. I'm so much more organized than I was yesterday.
My plan for today was to alphabetize.
So things like
hasn't happened.
Montreux Jazz Festival. I think that's probably, I would like to do something along those lines. Double LP, hour and a half. So we'll see how the conversation goes. I like to try and keep my cards close to my chest on things that I'm working on, but that one.
Yeah, I assume there's, I guess, the competition variable, other people out there wanting to get, there's only so much rare gems out there, so to speak, and everybody wants to get their hands on them and be the one to put them out there. You're not on an island.
These are going to require a full mix down from those 24 tracks properly before, it's not like getting the 1/4-inch tape and just going for it. These are going to need complete reworking. And also the tapes are all on Ampex tapes, which are renowned from that period to be absolutely shoddy. So it might just be a complete dead end, Rachel. Speaking of which, sorry, last opportunity for a plug.
Yeah, dude.
If you do go to my website, do check out the Anna blog, because that's where I actually talk very much in depth about the licensing process and the challenges that I've faced in terms of tapes that haven't been quite that great and what we've had to do. It's complete transparent, you know, the mistakes that I made approaching artists for licenses and making a complete tit of myself. I have no embarrassment about discussing that. I think there was a guy who lives in Eastern Europe who saw me talking about it quite openly, and you know, I'm now helping him advise him on him opening up his reissue label. So yeah, it's, you know, I've made some blinding mistakes along the way.
Well, a couple of nice compliments for you, Craig. One is Craig's process is now the gold standard for protecting the music. And then we got a question for you, Craig. Rach, check out Paul Winter's Consort Icarus, produced by George Martin, engineered by Bill Price. You and Sue will love it. And Craig, are you familiar with it?
It might
Icarus.
be on it might be on a list.
Yeah, it might be, but yeah, it might or might not be.
Getting all kinds of scoops
He
today.
could tell you, but he'd have to kill you. This is absolutely fantastic to have both you guys here with us.
Well, I saw Chris. I've subscribed to you for a while, but I saw Chris was up, and I was like, "Come on,
Yeah.
fun."
It's great. Well, also because I mean, you're both interesting individuals, independent of our collective love of music and collecting records and like. But I mean, both of you are artists after your own, muse, if you will. Chris, you do tattooing as well,
That's my
your
day job.
part of your skill set.
That's the day job.
Oh,
the job
my
that allows
sister,
me
and brother would be all over it.
It's the job that allows me to sleep until late. If I don't have to get up and feed the horse,
Yeah.
I can sleep in late with this job. And I'm a late guy anyway, so I stay up late. And
Yeah, you live rock star hours.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just old, so I get up early all the time. You know, that's the thing.
Well,
with
you
me.
know what? I've gotten in the habit of getting up early, taking care of the horse, feeding the cats, whatever, and then going back to sleep. And that was the trick, was being able to get back to sleep after coffee. And I've nailed it.
And, And where are you, Rachel?
I'm in Nanaimo, British Columbia, Canada, Canadian born and bred, but my dad was RCMP, so he was like a federal officer for Americans like FBI. So I spent 6 years out in Winnipeg, Manitoba, center of Canada from 1966-71. So a colorful life, ill-lived, but we're alive to tell the tale, at least so far.
So you're near. So you're near what? Are you near?
I'm on the west
Canasta-
coast. I'm near Washington State.
Okay.
So I'm like Victoria is the capital of the province. I'm on Vancouver Island, and so we're across from the water from where Steve is in Vancouver. Steve's about 90 minutes away from me, and Massey's like a 3-hour trip. Once you put the boat into it, travel in, dock up on Washington, and then drive down the I-5, the Interstate 5, into Seattle there.
We shot something, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, in the Rockies, kind of near Calgary, sort of in between Calgary and I think it was called Kananaskis.
Kananaskis is the right term. Yeah.
Yeah. All through December, snow up to your waist, wildlife like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. It's amazing. Canada's a beautiful, and it's so large. It's like the United States. So you've got prairies, mountains, lakes, oceans on either side of us, Arctic cold. But our temperature here, and in fact, I just saw a meme put out, and we're kind of like UK weather here. We get a lot of rain. We don't get much snow here. We average about 4 days of snow a year, kind of thing. We're in a temperate rainforest zone, is what they say.
I haven't seen rain in 2 months.
We just got rain for last night. We had a thunderstorm of all things last night. So the rain is always welcome in summer. We don't get heat like you guys do. I've been in Texas heat, Dallas, Fort Worth, 115 degrees in the shade.
Every day it's 110.
I
not-
tell you, man, I came out of a hotel there where they had air conditioning, and the oxygen was taken out of my lungs as soon as I entered into the weather outside the air conditioned
Yeah,
hotel foyer.
I got a lot of plans for today. The plan was to alphabetize this room, which clearly isn't going to happen. And then I was going to try to get some outdoor work.
Yeah.
But once it gets past noon, you can't do anything
What
outside.
kind of horse?
How do you, Chris? How do you alphabetize? Do you go by genre and alphabetize that, or do you? What's your system?
Currently, it's a whole section of soundtracks,
Mm-hmm.
not alphabetized, but I'll group by composer. So the Marauders are together, the John Williams are together, the Carpenters are together. And then for the rock, it's just a section where I know the rock is, I know where the jazz is. My Rhino hi-fis, vinyl files, or UHQRs, I keep all those together. So I don't know how I'm going to address it. If I alphabetize the whole room, do I then break those clumpings up? Which is why I haven't done it. And it takes me 4 hours to find any record.
I kind of have two systems in place. So I have all my Blue Notes are just sort of isolated, but then of course I have that issue where, well, what if it's an artist who predominantly recorded for Blue Note, but now, you know, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to pollute the Blue Note with other stuff. So
yeah, I think
it's
the popular, like when you do Beatles, you keep the solo stuff by your Beatles. That's what most of us do, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you do, Rach?
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I have so many Beatle albums because I'm a Beatle idiot. So I've got a whole section of Beatles up here, and then I've got like the cubes, like you gentlemen have, and I've got more Beatles there, and then I've actually got the Beatles solo guys, just all in the thing, John, Paul, George, and Ringo, sort of thing, and John being my favorite of the bunch, so I have more to John, and then I got a lot of Paul, and people are kind to me, and they get, hey, Rachel, I got a bootleg, a John Lennon or Ringo bootleg or whatever, so I have those as well. And also, I got a lot of all my gear, my stereo gear for you gearheads. It's all British made. So I got a Rega P6 turntable.
Mm-hmm.
I got Harbeth, beautiful. These speakers were the latest investment there. And then I've got that. What do we call these? There's also British company for the amplifier. I just escapes me. Nate, yeah, Super Nate 3 amplifier and DAC. Our name NAIM, yeah, Super Nate 3 is what they call it, the particular model though, and so it's just fantastic, and the music. I mean, am I an audiophile? I call myself an audiophile wannabe. I buy what my dollar can afford. I take it to the highest point my dollar can afford comfortably, and enjoy it immensely.
I don't think this might be controversial. I don't think there's a ticket price for the use of the term audiophile. I think if you just have an interest in how something sounds, because everyone's journey starts somewhere. I mean, I look back at my first system when I was at college. I used to spend all my college grant on hi-fi, and I look back and I was like, I have very fond memories of it, but compared to what I listen to now, it would probably sound absolutely shocking. But even then, I was an audiophile because I was on that journey with my relationship between the equipment and the music and my ears. So I don't think there's a price bracket where if you pass this point, you're an audiophile, because that's wrong. Because that just kind of.
I never considered myself an audiophile because
you are because you've obviously
I do now.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, especially working in a record store, I mean, it was Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Danzig, yeah. It's always been harder rock. And then when I realized there was a bigger world, working in the record store, getting imports, I started opening those. And now I'm buying the records that I used to inventory at the record store that I would, like Nilsson, Harry Nilsson, stuff that was never on my radar, Supertramp, that sort of stuff. And now it's the stuff I gravitate towards. I'm a Steely Dan guy now. I mean, I worked their concerts in Detroit, never listened to them. I don't know what I was thinking. And now they're my favorite band. So,
yeah, I think it opens itself up for a little bit of kind of snobism and elitism, where some channels can make you feel like, oh God,
I just
That's-
don't have enough money is how I feel.
Yeah,
Like you're buying these.
Well,
boxes.
yeah, but the reality, Chris, unless you're a certain guy, it's you aren't going to have the money to be at the very end. If you're Michael Fremer, hell, Fremer can't even afford Fremer because some of his stuff he's going. I've got cables, it was once said on this program the size of Volkswagens, but he's got them because he doesn't really own them. They've been lent to him for 5 years, but they're still there after 5 years.
I'm more of have you ever seen those documentaries about hoarders where so I'm kind of like a hi-fi hoarder. So I've got stuff in my system. I've got systems all over the house, and I've got stuff that my other half is like, you need to get rid of this, and I'm like, you need to not tell me I need to get rid of this because I might need it one day. I'm a big Laserdisc collector.
Yes.
I will never part with my Laserdisc collection because, again, it's that whole. It's not so much now about because there's stuff available on Laserdisc that you can't get because you can now pretty much get everything. I still love the process. What's that?
Okay, what do we got? We got 100 girls. Bunny Yeager with 100 girls. Holy smokes.
So this is a Laserdisc. Also a Laserdisc guy. This is a Laserdisc, and the reason I have this, I don't know where I have it's signed. It's
Betty
actually,
Page?
It's not signed by Betty, but it's signed by Bunny.
Oh, Betty Page.
Yeah, Bunny Yeager was her
Bunny Yeager with Betty Page.
photographer, and I had this was signed. I got to meet Bunny and had her sign the Laserdisc, but that's one of my prized collection Laserdisc.
Yeah, it's iconic, right?
I have a lot of weird stuff, like I showed the alien stuff. I have a lot of weird stuff. Well, I don't know if you saw this, Craig. Did you see my toys?
Oh, that looks like my office.
Yeah,
so
that's why I'm showing you, because your office, people that are nerds are still talking about your office shots with all your toys.
So, Craig, you did a shot on still, I assume the Westman program where they were able to see your background. You had a bunch of props.
So at the moment, how can I describe this? So I've got this room, which is where I keep my records. The other room, which is kind of the dark room, the room where you met me. What was that message about bread?
Yeah, you need major money to be an audiophile and not be laughed out of the room. So Joel is opinionated. He's got his idea. He thinks it's a money game. You got to have the big gear to be the audiophile.
Well, Joel, if they laugh, just fucking laugh back.
They're never those
Words
people
to
are never
live
in
by,
my room.
Joel.
Yeah, just
all
laugh
the people
back.
that leave mean comments or say what, I'm never gonna meet them. They're never gonna be in here in my room. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, we got a quick question for you. This is coming from my much better half, Susan Q. She asked, "What kind of horses you got?" She's a horse girl. She loves horses. She's nuts about horses. What are your horse breeds are you dealing with?
He's a rescue Mustang. They do this roundup. Hey, Tim. They do a roundup of Mustangs in Arizona, and then they sell them to people. And
She's nodding her head. She's familiar with it.
Well,
yeah, so that's where we got our.
Yeah.
His name is Chisholm. We call him Shy, but Chisholm is his name because that's where he was found. Was on the Chisholm Trail.
Oh yeah, world famous.
Sorry, Chris. Can you spell that name for me?
What name?
The horse's
Chisholm?
name. Yeah.
CHISOLM, I think.
Yeah, Chisholm. Yeah,
That's right. I thought you said something else.
No, that's for you adult watchers. Okay,
Yeah.
he's English. They love wordplay. Okay, hello from Hollywood, Burbank, beautiful downtown Burbank. Tim, we were shouting your praises earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about audiophile, Tim's the guy. He will get you out to buy a record and tell you about a record, audiophile quality, which is right out of the racks. You just go to the rack, you pick it out, you got yourself an audiophile record. That's the channel where you find out all about that. I'm a big fan of Tim, University of Vinyl. This is a great channel, and everybody should be subscribed to this channel. If you like music, you want to save a buck while doing
Great channel. I'm guessing they're all at VinylCon.
Yeah,
they are. California is where you want to be right now. Los Angeles, everybody's there. Okay, and Sue appreciating the horse picture, the horse clip. And the kids are all saying hi. And my protege is here, Spring Hill Jim, all the way from Yorkshire, England.
Hey up,
We love
lad.
you, Spring Hill Jim. Behave. Be a good boy. Be a likely lad. No trouble, lad. That's my boy. Anyway, protege. Love you, Jim.
I will say Northerners are some of the most polite people you could ever come across.
Now, have you met Rob Walker?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, that's an inside joke. Rob's a regular around here. We love Rob Walker. He's a pride of Manchester. And Rob's just a good guy, very funny guy, very dry humor. But we love Brit humor, of course. And
Facebook keeps recommending Rob Walker to me as a friend. I haven't clicked it. I know he's controversial, but
he's controversial. It's just the day and age in which we live, Chris. I think, and if it was 1999, he would not be controversial at all. It's the world's changed a lot. He's a proper Englishman, speaks his mind, and just puts it out where he puts it out, and you got to respect it, whether you agree or not. I always respect anybody where they're coming from that way.
In 15 years time, 20 years time, this could be controversial.
This is already controversial. Holy God. We are the most controversial channel going. But, we have fun doing it. Do you do the Instagram at all, Craig? Do you do much advertising or any social media there?
Absolutely abhor social media. So I used to do it all. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And I was just, so I use Instagram for the shop. Well, not the shop now. The shop's gone. I closed the shop in January. I use Instagram for the label.
Hold on, you're going big.
What's this?
Okay. Okay, we got Instagram. Yeah. You can follow Chris on the Instagram. Get yourself some ink, kids.
But it's all tattoo stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but it's fun. I don't care. I put whatever the hell I want on my Instagram. If I buy a chess book, my chess book's going on there. If I'm flying, my favorite airplane is a Spitfire, Supermarine, Spitfire, English engineering, World War II, Spit 9 with the E-wing, with the 250 cal, thank you, America, USA 50 cal, and 20 millimeter cannon. Oh my God, elliptical wing, British design, Reginald Mitchell. You can't go wrong. Spitfire, ladies and gentlemen. And I will post pictures of my beautiful Spitfires I see, and I'll put those out there on the thing, as well as records or anything else the hell that's interesting to me, because I don't care.
I live not a stone's throw away from Goodwood, which is a famous race circuit, and also Airfield. And they have 2 Spitfires there that they take out every day. Yeah. Where I live on the beach, you'll just see them, you'll just hear them, and it's even all this time, they just sound amazing. They look gorgeous.
Was the Spitfire what John Belushi flew in 1941?
No, he flew a P-40. In 1941, he flies a P-40, which is now that's Allison engine, that's American gear, that's all American, the Tomahawk. But the Brits took it and they called it the Kitty Hawk, and it did Sterling service for them in North Africa. And so it was a great low altitude fighter. The thing is, you didn't want to take those Tomahawks up too high. But yeah, they're a great airplane too. But just the sheer beauty and the lore and the symbolism and the majesty and just the sheer aesthetic of it. There's nothing like an elliptical wing Spitfire. They also clipped the wings because it gave them a quicker roll rate, so they could roll around. And when they were dogfighting, that became very useful, especially against Focke-Wulfs. But I digress. But this is all I'm saying. Long story longer is Instagram. Everybody should just do what they want to do. And people shouldn't be so thin-skinned and bail on people. Oh, because Chris is showing too many. I want records. He's not doing records. Everybody's got blinders on in the vinyl community. There's a tendency to be so myopic that you enlarge your horizons, boys and girls. You have a good time.
Well, I use Instagram for the label. I use Instagram for the label. Rob the Wax was saying the other day that I'm one of those rare commodities where I'll actually go on. I'm very active in the VC. That's the thing, but I don't just appear when I have something to sell. I like talking about the community and everything that's going on. Yeah, I do make records, but I'm not going to bombard people with, go to the website, make up your own mind. I actually really enjoy the VC. The VC is probably the most I use social media for. Same. So I have probably 8 channels on YouTube that I subscribe to and watch all of their content. I love. There's a guy called Mendit Mark. I don't know if you've ever come across him.
I haven't done Mendit Mark. No.
So Mendit Mark repairs stuff, and
Good name for the channel.
because his name is Mark and he mends stuff.
Yeah, I follow a guy called, I think it's Off Fix It. And
Yeah.
he's a young guy and does repairs on stereo gear. And I wish I was him. I wish
You had that
to
skill.
be that young and have that much knowledge and skill.
Well, I've learned a lot from it. I started tinkering with repairing Walkmans about 15 years ago. So now if I'm stressed, I will just open something up and
Yes,
fix it.
same. Same.
Because-
yeah, I bought my Sansui turntable. Yeah, there we go. Charlie Sexton. I love Charlie Sexton. I bought my Sansui turntable. I got it for like $10 because they said, yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't run. And once I took it all apart and cleaned it, I just found out that it was the RCA out of the back had become unsoldered.
Oh,
So-
dry joint.
Boom. Vintage Sansui deck.
Okay, Craig's just followed. Who'd you follow, Craig?
Big fan of Mazzy, Westman, Jazz Bums. Love the
Yeah, Jazz Bums are great. You've been on the show with those guys?
I have been on the show with them. It's just a Friday night. By the time they go to air, I'm at the wrong end of a bottle.
It's 4:00 in the morning or something.
Yeah,
It's like 1 a.m. So,
Yeah.
I constantly chat with Felipe and stuff.
Beautiful guy, yeah.
We swap recipes. I make my own pizza dough, so he's making his own pasta. So that's what I get from the VC is that I, regardless of what I do, I know that I can engage with Chris or Mazzy or Rob or Westman or Wyatt recently,
Mhm.
people that I just would not have been aware of. And because we've all got this common interest, we might not agree on everything. And, it's kind of like it's like a weird village mentality, and that's how I see the VC. I see it just as this kind of global village of people. We might not all be on the same page, but we're all chasing the same thing, and that's just to be able to have.
Well, that's the glue, the
ability-
love
yeah.
of the music and the records, and we
Yeah.
collect records. Well, all of us appreciate record art. It was Ron Beaudry. Like I'm a highly nostalgic individual, always looking in the past. And I was watching Ron Beaudry's channel, a great American channel, and he was look at you hippies going, and he he had his records, and I go, I had that record. I'd be watching. I said, and finally, he just wore me down just by showing all the records. I go, I had that, I had that, I had that, because his wheelhouse is my wheelhouse, classic rock. And so 1,500 albums later, here we are. And
Yeah.
I'm in a trailer park, a double wide trailer, so I don't have much room. And it interests me too, Craig, about you. Texas, it doesn't surprise me. Texas, everything big in Texas. But when you're in England, I picture people with their kind of more modestly styled homes. I don't picture the big mansions unless you're in one of them. Hollywood paid you.
Not yet. No. So I don't know whether this phrase has any relevance stateside. It's a 3-story townhouse.
Yeah, 3 stories, Scott.
Yeah,
got some room.
it's an upside down house. So the ground floor is actually all of this and the other room, and then the kitchen is upstairs with the living area, and then you've got the bed, and then of course we're right by the sea. So I think that's why they put the living area on the first floor, because then you get the
So so when you say by sea and you're talking about London, are you south like New Hampshire or I go New Hampshire?
yeah,
Hampshire,
very, very, very south, very south.
yeah, like
And-
Isle of
and-
Wight. stuff.
Yeah, any further south, and you need to speak French.
You're in the channel. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I've got
but I'm
in a
London.
tiny house. It's a real tiny house. It's an A-frame. So I don't know if you can tell my wall behind me.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of width there. Yeah.
Yeah. So both of these facing walls are, so I can't really, it's hard to hang stuff anywhere in the house because of that. And it stayed on the market for years because nobody wanted, it's such an old house. It needs a lot of work. But it sits on 3 acres. So I had a chance to finally get my horse out of the stables and literally put him in the backyard. And he's a much happier horse for it.
Oh boy, Sue's nodding her head with that. She just
Horses
loves
don't
that.
like being alone, though. You better get another one.
Or you need another horse to keep it company. They don't like
We're
being
working
alone.
on it. We got a goat because our neighbor has.
Oh,
goats.
even that'll help.
That works.
Yeah, and our horse loves those goats. They're
Yeah.
like his whole world.
Yeah,
So we
that's
got
his
a
herd.
goat,
He needs a goat.
and he almost killed the goat that we got. So we had to give the goat away, and now we're looking at maybe a donkey.
We're moving. You're moving up. You're moving up.
You're right.
A donkey would be great.
Oh man, that's fantastic. Well,
Um,
listen, folks. Go ahead, Craig.
Well, I was just going to say, I can't remember whether I showed Chris this record or not. Back in the last time. Oh, there it is. I don't know whether this TV series made it to the US. It was a big. Why have my lights just gone
Oh,
off?
hang on. We'll do it this way. Go.
Set Zoom meeting.
There we go.
There you go. I don't know whether this TV series made any impact in the US. It was massive here in the late 70s, early 80s.
Here we go, England. Magic Monkey. The Magic Monkey. So, okay, what's this Magic Monkey? Is this
I
like,
know of it. I've never seen it.
I've never
but I
heard of
know
it. What the hell
Yeah.
is this Magic?
So it's hard to describe. It's based on an old Chinese or Japanese kind of mythology.
Folktale.
It's just, if you get a chance to Google it, I'm sure some of the more mature UK viewers will know what this is. It was called Monkey Magic, basically. I was looking for this for so long. And then it turned up actually in this little record store on the Gold Coast in Australia.
Beatniks are 65.
Beatniks for 65 Australian dollars. I can't remember how much that is. I think it's not that big a deal. But Google Monkey Magic on YouTube and just have a look and have a listen to the theme tune. It's like this all the way through, and I guarantee you, Chris, if you get into this, it's an absolute rabbit hole. It's because it's so funny as well. It's just of its time, and then
I'm all about rabbit holes, man.
yeah.
So is it like 1970s? Are we talking 1970s?
Yeah, 1970s, and just awfully dubbed and
Okay, Eric, who's out there in California, goes, I used to watch that show as a kid. So he
Yeah.
spent some time, he's an Air Force brat, I think. His dad was over in England with the U.S. Air Force. And so
That's
he
right.
went to school as a kid over in the U.K. Getting your forms, will you, Eric? I
I'll
don't
look into
know
that,
if I
Craig.
got to
Thank
see
you.
the monkey. Anything on PBS I saw in the 80s usually. Holy smokes, monkey show.
it's definitely worth just checking out. It's
Yeah,
so
it was
it's,
all
it-
Kimber
it's-
the White Lion, Ultraman, and Speed Racer for me as a kid.
well, then you'll love this.
Yeah.
Honestly, you'll love this. I'm sure someone on YouTube has put a playlist up of all the episodes. It's just
The ones I loved in England were the ones where the little streetwise kids would get the better of adults, usually in like a London setting downtown. And they were always solving mysteries and stuff. And it was so much fun and so adventurous. I absolutely loved that. But England is infamous for not keeping on, like the BBC or ITV or whatever. They don't keep the old films. And so a lot of them are just disappeared. They're
Yeah,
vapor.
it's like
You
the
don't
Lost
get them.
Doctor Who stuff.
well, not now. Obviously, everything gets archived, but yeah, they just kind of didn't see. They didn't see, the BBC in particular didn't see the sort of the what was the long term use of
Yeah,
that
I
stuff.
heard they used to tape over the Doctor Who stuff. With
Yeah,
TV
but
and-
stuff occasionally pops up where like a 16 mil reel will turn up at a car boot sale, and then suddenly that makes the news because it's stuff that people haven't
Yeah.
seen, and they'll go to extraordinary lengths to restore it. But then you were watching that stuff, but as a kid growing up in the 70s, I was watching stuff like the Red Hand Gang, which very few people remember.
Never heard of it.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, we watch those, the old Agatha Christie. We love a lot of the murder mystery stuff. So all the Agatha Christie's we watch, Poirot and Miss Marple, and the very iterations of Miss Marple. We just raised on. I love Margaret Rutherford as a kid. Of course, George Harrison famously asked in an interview, "Who's your favorite English actress right now?" And they were thinking of some young starlet. He goes, "Margaret Rutherford." Would be the one for him.
George.
So shows like the Beachcombers, did you guys have that?
Yeah.
Beachcombers Canadian program. So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
big here for the CBC.
Hey, I
put
watched
that
the
out.
Friendly Giant. That was a Canadian.
Friendly Giant is huge Canadiana. And of course, Friendly Giant is an American guy, by the way, who ended up moving to Canada and doing very well. Same as Ernie Coombs, who became a guy called Mr. Dress Up. He wasn't a transvestite or anything.
Loved Mr. Dress Up. Loved. Mr.
Yeah,
Dress
so he's from Pennsylvania, and he was a protege of Fred Rogers. And then so they worked together out of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, I believe. And then he ended up moving up to Canada and had a long career here. He's passed away now. But, it's all the same thing. Thunderbirds, I watched the Thunderbirds English television. We got that. Space 1999 was
Space
big over here.
1999, baby.
Doctor
I-
Who, of course, we got. And then all the sitcoms like Keeping Up Appearances, Are You Being Served, all this sort of thing. There
So-
we go. The
So,
folks that
so this is something I helped Jerry's son. So
Wow.
I'm a producer on this. This is a sort of
Whoa.
5-minute short,
Dude.
which we were hoping would get picked up and go into series, but it hasn't happened yet. But I remain ever hopeful because it's glorious. So you can
Yeah,
watch-
they're
you can see it-
wonderful.
yeah, Firestorm. So yeah.
You got to get Trey Parker and Matt Stone involved on that. They'd probably be good.
So yeah, and so is Jerry. What's the last name for him? Jerry
Anderson.
Anderson Productions. So and they didn't do Thunderbirds, but they did a whole series of different programming. They were
Well,
quite the thing, super
my-
pop-matic. kind of thing,
My favorite thing they ever did was actually Space 1999.
which was a great series with Martin Landau and Barbara Bain, who I believe
Yep.
were married at the time. The interesting thing about that is rather than go in with the primary colors, because NBC on color, we got the peacock, everything's about color. We're moving into color. They did very toned down, a lot of beiges and whites and that sort of thing for
Very-
the
very-
costuming for that program.
Very, very muted color tones, so that any color that was in just popped. And I think that was a beautiful bit of production design there from
Yeah,
the guys.
great music. If you don't
Yeah.
have the soundtrack, get it. It's so good.
Yeah, supercar. Yeah, supercar. It does look similar to Team America. That whole Team America thing, their riff is on Jerry Anderson production. That's
Mhm.
totally what that is.
Puppet Nation.
Yeah. And hey, Rach, it looks like Bex, we love you. It looks like Christopher is a Godzilla fan. You like the Godzilla, the big lizard?
Yeah. big
Okay, he's
time.
got a couple of. Hold on, he's got a couple of the Godzillas up there.
I'm knocking
Hang on.
stuff over, but
They're big. Holy smokes. Here we go. We're touring. There we go. Whoa, no. There goes Tokyo. We'll go Godzilla.
yeah.
Chris, I'll send you. I think I've got your WhatsApp. I'll send you some stuff from the. I'll send you some stuff of us blowing up some shit on
Yes, please.
Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, that was a big film. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
eyes on.
Yeah, we did Gold Coast in Australia. Then we did Hawaii, Gold Coast, and then Hong Kong.
Nice.
And the Hong Kong stuff was hilarious because it was just literally crowd scenes of people running, screaming, running away from nothing, obviously, because there was nothing there. But I'll send you some of that stuff, Chris, because I know you'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like
Godzilla's
the
having
other.
a moment again. There's
The
Godzilla
one
stuff
I liked
everywhere.
was the Gamera, the super turtle. He was like he had little rockets coming out of him. He was a little turtle spinning around.
Yeah,
He was
just did an
hilarious.
Netflix cartoon for Gamera like a year ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
Gamera's
they were from like a different studio, like Tokay
Correct.
or whatever it was that did the Godzilla, the big one. And then Gamera came from a competing studio. Holy
Lion
smokes.
Turtle.
Yeah, only the Japanese, right?
Oh,
But then they come up with the whole, my kids turning 35. So in the 90s, when he was a little kid, it was Pokemon. Pokemon took the world by storm. For anybody with a kid that's in the 1990s, the Pokemon was the story then. And you know, it's interesting because we'd go to the theater and buy a bunch of cards, you know, these little cards. And I was selling these cards. I grabbed a bunch of them because I knew there was going to be a market when these kids got older. And I recently sold like 7 cards for like $1,000. Unbelievable. So, you know, there's a little money in the Pokemon if you got stuff around. Joel,
Yeah, my
I'm glad you
Halloween
like it. I'm enjoying it too.
My Halloween costume as a 9-year-old was that Ben Cooper costume.
Hold on
And-
just a sec. We got to go.
Yeah, I still have it. Yeah, can you see it? There it is. That's my Halloween costume. when I was
Okay. So,
9.
and where's that from?
Alien, Ben
That-
Cooper.
So that is so that's from being a kid and you're the little Bev Cooper character?
Yeah, you guys remember Ben Cooper?
Ben Cooper, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's got the mask, right? That's for your
Yeah.
little kid with the strap on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
We
then
love strap-ons around here. Holy
I
smokes.
didn't wear the costume. So I still have the costume.
Holy so yeah. Are those the ones, Chris, where you'd light up like a Roman candle? If you know there was a big warning about all these kiddie costumes and they'd light up, they were inflammable. Nobody
Yeah.
protected anybody.
Yeah, it says flame retardant, but I'm not so sure. About
Yeah.
that.
I wouldn't put a match to it.
Yeah.
And it's
That's-
great that you
that's-
still have that. I had the
I-
politically incorrect costume. I went as a Mexican one year with a little nose, and glasses, and had a little mustache. What are you? What are you? I'm a Mexican.
I was Michael Jackson.
Oh,
That
Oh,
aged
yeah,
well.
well,
And
oh my
people-
God.
And I had the glove. I had
Yeah.
a Thriller jacket. I
Yes.
saved up and I had a Thriller jacket. I bedazzled the glove.
The main
No
thing,
makeup.
the main thing
No-
about Michael Jackson,
No
Chris,
makeup.
Chris, you got to have the pants where the cuff is
did.
about an inch up from the
Oh, I did.
ankle.
Penny loafers,
Yes,
pink shirt with a red leather bow tie,
and you are good to go.
and no makeup. It was just Chris.
Well,
Right.
you don't need the makeup.
Well, I mean,
You're towards the end there. Michael didn't need any.
no.
Okay.
and-
Yeah. Holy smokes. quote me on that, Joe. Absolutely. Quote me on it. That's the kind of thing you won't see on other vinyl community channels. Holy
Depends on the
smokes.
source.
So this is absolutely fascinating. So when did you get in the film business? How long have you been toiling at that, Craig?
I started in 1990 as a puppeteer for the Jim Henson Company.
Oh, okay. So famous The
What?
Muppets and
What?
Kermit and Miss Piggy and Friends.
Yeah, my first film was Christmas Carol. Um,
What?
yeah,
Oh my
Iconic.
God. I'm
Yeah.
fanboying out over here.
Isn't Steve Martin?
Chris-
Steve Martin's in the Christmas one, I think.
Christmas doesn't start in this house until we've sat down and watched Christmas Carol. It's a timeless classic, and for me, Jim had just died. Frank was still operating.
Frank
so,
Oz.
yeah. So for me, as a 22, to be there amongst people that I was very aware of as a 6-year-old in 1976, to then sort of be there, and then what was one of the highlights? Ice Skate and Penguins on a Sunday, being directed by Frank, just a very small unit, all that stuff, and I was just like, I would love to go back in time and just have a word with myself and just go, appreciate this, because this is something that you need to remember. I mean, obviously I remember it, but I just wish I'd made more of it at the time. I was just I was fanboying out. I don't put celebrity. I don't even like the word celebrity. I don't put people on pedestals. So if I'm on set and I see an actor being an absolute dick, I just remind myself, well, they're no different than me. They might have more money. They might have, that brings its own amount of baggage and problems. I basically justify everything by going, they probably had a tricky shit this morning, just like you. And that's the leveler for me.
Yeah, but nobody ever pictures, and this is so important for our community. A lot of people listen. When I'm out there and I'm on the toilet, I'm doing a number two. Occasionally, I will make a funny face. You know, I am struggling, and let's be real about this. So I know a lot of you just said, "Oh, Rachel's so pretty," but every now and then, like, and
So
that's the reality. So it's just being human. All right.
yeah. So the interesting thing is now, as my career's going full circle, I'm now actually going right back round to where I started with this thing that I'm nice, Chris. Can you put the rest on, Chris, whilst we're chatting? Just
I don't think it fits anymore.
slip into,
No.
slip into something a little bit more disturbing. So yeah, I'm going full circle, and that's what I like about that kind of scene, because there's no egos, because it's all from the wrist up. None of us are on camera.
Sue actually caught me in an awkward. There's one me pushing one out right there.
You need
Horrible
more.
stuff.
You need more fiber, Rach.
I tell you, it's just crazy. No, that's just really my face, Frank. That was just how I look. Okay, Scary Baskus a comment coming through. It's absolutely fantastic having both you guys here having some fun. Certainly don't be strangers. Come out here. You know, it's different because it's like 3 o'clock. So I'm actually a reasonable time for people in the UK to actually pop on here. Of course, you're in the middle of living life and doing
It's
stuff.
7 p.m. there now.
Yeah.
No, it's 9 minutes to 7.
9 to 7 p.m.
So,
now.
so the night is young. I'm
Apologize to your wife on my behalf for
Yes.
taking dinner.
Okay, there it is.
It's probably just best to leave it. Just yeah.
Whoa, geez.
I get it.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get it.
Yeah.
My wife's
So
waiting downstairs for me right now. I hear her down there. So
I'm just going to spend the rest of the evening in a dark room listening to stuff, I guess, or maybe watch a film. I'm going to watch Angel Heart. That's what I'm going to watch.
Angel Heart.
I have the vinyl. I have the soundtrack.
Yeah, Rob
Oh.
sent me. Rob the Waxed sent me. Rob the Waxed sent me the vinyl as a gift because A, I'm a big fan of the film, but also B, one of the artists that I reissued. It was his first. It was his first kind of film that he played some sax on. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go Laserdisc, actually, Japanese Laserdisc.
That's interesting. So you don't worry about the technological limitations of the format. It's just the novelty of going to the
I'm-
ritual, like, you know, playing a record. Some people could argue.
Yeah, I'm aware, obviously, that I can watch it in 4K, and I can. I've got 2K. I've got the Blu-ray, but there's just something about. They sound better. They
I
sound better
watched
than
this
the
last night.
Blu-rays.
All right, here we go, boys and girls. We're going big. Hold on. Let's.
Yeah, I
let's
watched
do
this last night, and this, if you can see, is the British box set in
Oh,
4K. And yeah, if I don't break it here.
Yeah, 4K. Not all 4K is created equal, friends. Your mileage to Mary, but some 4K films are absolutely must sees in 4K. They're
Yes.
beautiful.
It's got the movie on 4K. It's got all the versions of the movie that have been put out. It's got a hardcover book. And then
Beautiful.
a paperback. It's got all the soundtracks. It's got
Yeah.
the instrumental scores.
how
Oh,
are
this
you
is awesome.
how are you getting it? Is it region coded or is it region free?
So I can't watch the special stuff on it. Like some of it is, and some of it isn't. So it's not region free. It's not.
Right.
So yeah, I'm working on getting a region free player because I do have a lot of region or lock stuff because of this. I collected back in the day.
What
So I still have all my DVDs and stuff.
what player do you have, Chris?
Right now I'm just using my PlayStation. I don't have
Okay.
Yeah. What about yourself, Craig?
the budget isn't here for vinyl and 4K.
And yeah, tell me about it. Yeah. For me, so like I said, I'm a hoarder, so I've still got my old multi-region DVD players. I've still got my Laserdisc player. I will only buy 4K if I know I can play it over here because I don't want to. I don't want to have a box sat there goading me going, you can't watch me.
No,
Um,
you got to be able to play it, or it's not worth
yeah,
it.
I want to be able to play it. Otherwise, the money's better off going elsewhere. But also, I'm in a situation where any spare cash that's lying around, and there isn't much, goes into the label. So I don't really.
I collect Criterion. I don't have the world's largest, but I do have that. Yeah, I've got a lot of Criterion. I've got about 73 Criterions now. Most of them are Blu-ray, but some are, and they're all Blu-ray, or some are also 4K. A few select few. I gotta have that in 4K kind of thing. So
The mistake,
my
mistake I
relation.
made was marrying a horse girl.
yeah, you gotta have a horse girl. Everybody needs a horse girl if you can get one.
My relationship with Criterion began with the Criterion Laserdiscs, because that was where the director's commentaries could be found, and that was the stuff that I found the most interesting.
Yeah.
Criterion obviously now service the UK market with UK only titles, so I have been picking those up when I can. So recent purchases were Risky Business,
Yeah,
which I love.
great film.
Tangerine Dream.
Yeah, absolutely stunning.
That's why I always tell everybody on this program that because Risky Business used Tangerine Dream in the soundtrack, it elevated it from a simple coming of age teen comedy into something a little more profound, something a little more introspective, something that asks some of the epistemological questions, the existential drama. It's all incorporate within the confines of that film because the soundtrack helps elevate the film so effectively. And the same as The Keep. When you watch the horror movie The Keep, it's Tangerine Dream that adds the magic to that film.
One of my favorite. They finally put it out on vinyl.
Has it been reissued?
Well, they put it out originally back in the 90s at a concert in the UK. I had that one, sold it. But then I think it's like 3 years ago, they put it out on vinyl. Now, here's the thing that's upset all the fans with The Keep is that most of the music you hear in the film is not on the soundtrack.
Right.
So if you get the vinyl soundtrack, it's got some of the music, but not all of it. Like there's parts of Logos, if you're familiar with Tangerine Dream, there's parts of Logos in the film, key moments that aren't on the soundtrack. The soundtrack's almost softer and quieter, and the more upbeat, repetitive synth stuff is not, and you have to get bootlegs for that stuff.
So, Chris, Rachel, I don't know if you remember, well, you're probably not old enough to remember this, Rachel, but in the 70s, you could actually buy a film on vinyl LP, and I'm not talking about the soundtrack. You could actually buy an abridged version of the film on vinyl. So it would be narrated, but it would be dialogue, sound effects.
Like Star Wars. I had the Star Wars one.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you some stuff because this is some of my, this is the stuff I'll get buried with. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Wars.
It's the 50th anniversary next year. Reissue this.
Yes.
Reissue this.
Disney won't. Do you have the Indiana Jones ones?
No. So stunning.
Yes.
My first time experiencing a
the
movie
best of the series.
My first time experiencing a movie in proper 2-channel stereo was via this. Muppets in Space.
Yeah, the third one's the Muppet Adventure. Holy
yeah.
Those Ewoks. Trouble.
Again,
I got that album.
Reissue this next year. 50th anniversary. You know.
I've got that album. I've got
anything you can do to remove the foul taste in my mouth from the last 3 movies.
Well, it's different. You know how Hollywood is. Certain decisions being made. Look at that. We got an embarrassment of riches when it comes to movies here. Battlestar Galactica.
So that one you've got behind you, is that this, Chris? Is that the sound?
Oh, hang on. I got everybody in.
So this is the story.
No, the cover. Look, you've got the story. That's the with the Mattel toy on it, you've
Yeah.
got that's the story. This is just the score.
Oh, the Philip. What was his name? The composer, Philip.
Stu Phillips.
Yeah, Stu Phillips.
Stu Phillips. And this is being reissued in a box set on CD in a couple weeks. I can't remember the label putting it out, but it's coming at the complete box set on CD for the entire series.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I think Invicta did that about 10, 15
That
years
might be
ago.
who's putting it back out. but
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's like it's either them or Kraft or something.
Too funny. Oh, the Black Hole. Yeah, another Disney production. Saw that.
Hey, Craig,
So-
I've got 3 copies of that.
I love this.
Yes.
When we were doing, I think we were doing Beauty and the Beast, and the VFX producer came up to me and went, my next project is with the Tron guys. They're rebooting the Black Hole. Are you in? And I'm like, am I in? You know, does Rose Kennedy have a black dress? Of course I'm in. So, and it never happened.
No,
never
I
happened.
know. What a bummer.
I know, because it would have been amazing. It would have been
Was
absolute.
Jeff Bridges in the Black Hole?
No, so it was Anthony Perkins.
Anthony-
This is for Rach because she. keeps
oh, there we
bringing it
go.
up.
Here's Hammer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah,
book.
There
this
we
is a
go.
great
Oh, I
book.
like that.
Anthony
is a
Perkins,
great book.
Maximilian
Max
Schell,
Schell, yeah.
Robert Forster, who obviously came to wider recognition on Jackie
Alligator.
Brown, Joseph Bottoms, and Yvette Mimieux,
Menu, yeah.
Ernest Borgnine.
and Ernest Borgnine, who you just knew. Spoiler alert! If you've not seen the film, you
Was
just
gonna
knew
cause
he was
trouble.
just going to cause trouble. But yeah, absolutely great
Anthony
film.
Perkins.
Anthony Perkins.
His death scene where he gets roboted. Yeah, we both did the same thing.
Jazz has.
So they had blood spraying in the original version, and because it wasn't distributed by Disney, but it was a Disney film. They put it out under Buena
Yeah, I
Vista.
remember it
Vista.
being under the Disney
Yeah,
banner.
and they
yeah.
added animated flashes so you couldn't see all the blood. In the
Question
final-
from my good friend Bex. We love Bex here. He asked the question:
Right.
you guys have X platform? You guys use the Twitter thing?
No,
Oh, I thought he was asking about the band.
no, I don't do Twitter. X.
No, no Twitter. No Twitter, Bex.
No, you have to draw a line. You know,
a line
otherwise-
has to be drawn
There is
somewhere.
an Analog October Records on Twitter.
Oh, there is an analog. Somebody's using analog records on
October
Twitter.
Records.
October Records
can
on Twitter
Sue,
in the UK.
could you show me that?
Sure, I'll put the link.
So I'll put a link in for you.
It's in the
Yeah.
UK too.
Yeah, bloody
What
somebody in the UK.
Sue, what was the last post? Because that might have been me. I've just not closed the account.
Let's see.
Sue's looking for you.
Oh,
Analog
2023.
October Gate.
2023 was the last time anything happened out there.
Yeah, that's when I gave up on it.
The new George Lucas Museum is going to be epic. So I guess they're going to be a George Lucas museum. I like the movie Fanboys, where the kids get in the van, they head out to see Lucas, and it's going to be the introduction of Jar Jar Binks, perhaps maybe not the most popular character that they came up with there.
Fanboys is a great film. I love anything where it can take a pot shot at something that has a passionate, fervent fan base behind it, and I think Fanboys just arrived at exactly the right time.
Yeah, I like if you can do it. I like parody if you can do it with some affection, as long as it's not mean spirited,
No.
but that you can tell that there's a genuine kind of affection for the subject at large. In this case, Lucas's Star Wars universe, and that, but you can still have some fun at the expense of it. Like Beatles fans, like I Want to Hold Your Hand. They did the film Robert Zemeckis' first film, which is great. And that is part of the criterion. I got that in 4K. For some reason, I went 4K on that, but I had to have it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing that kind of stuff just because you got an axe to grind, well, you're just doing it for yourself.
Yeah, it's kind of it's masturbatory in spirit. Let's call it what it is.
So I'm finally getting buzzed. I got to go downstairs. The wife She gets me 1 day a week.
You know what? That's fine. We've been here for 3 hours. That's more than enough for these people. We spoil them rotten here, Chris. We spoil them rotten. Chris, thank you so much for being here. You're welcome back anytime you want. Promote your channel, do whatever you want. Craig, you got a new record come out. You want to, talk about it. You're always welcome. Or you just want to hang out. That's the kind of show we have here. If you've seen it, that's what it is.
Hanging is more than enough. The records will find their audience.
All right, that'll do it, everybody. We'll see you next Sunday. Everybody have a great weekend the rest of the day.
Patreon too.
And we'll see the kids on Patreon. All right.
Later.
Bye.